I welcome everybody into a nice, beautiful day every single day. I understand what's important today is motivation. So when you're motivating people, why do you want to motivate people today? Apparently it's because you need some ideas. Apparently it's because you need to give your leadership skills. Apparently it's because you need to have skills first to understand what motivation in terms of life is. Apparently anybody who's a motivation is a leadership coach, and somebody who's a life coach, and somebody who's managing other people every single day. Apparently, why do you want to manage other people every single day? Because you have to understand that when you manage yourself, then you learn how to love yourself. Apparently, now why do you want to love yourself every single day? You have to understand because of spirituality. Apparently, now when you learn spirituality, you learn why Jesus Christ loves himself. I understand every single day when I look up to somebody every single day, I focus on asking myself questions about life. I understand when I ask myself questions about life, I ask myself every single aspect of a question that I can. Because why? I understand because I have to learn something, I have to grow something, I have to make sure that every single day I have a performance, and I have a performance of a lifetime. I mean, why do I want to have a performance of a lifetime? Because I want to grow, I want to peak, I want to be making sure I'm the best I can be. I mean, why do you want to be the best you can be? I mean, every single day, I focus upon different areas of life because I understand that when I become the best I can be every single day, I become happier. And I understand this through experience. I understand that every single time you have a nice, beautiful experience, I understand that's what I look for. I look for a beautiful experience. So this is just one aspect of life where I can come here in nice, beautiful Pitt Street Mall every single day and focus upon a different experience every single day. I realize, but why am I here today? I promise you, I'm here today so I can inspire myself to grow. I promise you, when I inspire myself to grow, I do it in front of people. Why? I have to do it in front of people because it's much better to do it in front of people and to grow in front of people than to never grow at all. I mean, in a sense, to realize every single day that when you're growing, I realize you have to grow in front of people. You have to connect with people. You have to understand that when you connect with people, you connect with yourself only. I promise you, when you connect with yourself only, you find the meaning of life. You find the meaning in you. You find that you never have to chase other people and you never have to talk to other people ever again. I promise you, what's amazing is you never have to talk with other people to have a conversation. You just have a conversation with yourself all day long. And that's what I do all day long. I focus upon making a conversation with myself all day long. Why? I understand when I talk to myself all day long, I never waste my time. I never waste my time with myself. I mean, you understand? Because anything that I give in terms of my life, in terms of time, I mean, let's say I have 24 hours of the day, I give 24 hours of the day just for myself. I mean, that means no hanging around with other people. I mean, that means that I don't want to go talking to other people. I don't want to be with other people. I mean, why? Because I want all the self-love. I want to have all the time for myself. Because everybody else wants to drag away your time. I mean, they want you to give your time to their family so that you come over their house and so that you be 10 hours at their place. I mean, you understand? Because guess what? I realize being at their house for 10 hours doesn't mean being in your house for 10 hours. I mean, in a sense, so realize that when somebody wants you at their house, you just say, you have your house, I have my own house. I have something to do. I mean, you understand? Because that's what a leadership guru does. I promise you, every single day I do something of leadership quality. I look to make more time every single day. I look to make sure that my nice, beautiful vocabulary every single day is connecting those synonyms together. I understand that just recently, in terms of 2 days, I connect 2,000 words together. I mean, you understand? So I go on synonyms in terms of Google Drive. I make sure I search up any word I want, and then I start connecting the words. I understand when I connect the words, I get smarter. I get smarter and smarter and smarter, and then I start to perform on the street, public speaking, because that's why I connect words together. I connect words together so I can become smarter, and so that I can communicate my way out of anything. I mean, so for example, what I mean is that if you want to talk to me, you talk to me here. But this means that I'll communicate with you so that I actually engage with you. But if you try to get me after this nice, beautiful public speaking event, and you just want to talk to me, let's say for 5, 10 minutes or 20 minutes or 1 hour or maybe 10 hours, I promise you, although let's say it's not recording, I realize if you're talking to me while the video is not recording, I realize I will try to escape your conversation as quickly as possible. I mean, in a sense, so I try to talk myself out of having a conversation with you because I have something better to do. I mean, you understand? Otherwise, if you want to have a conversation with me here, I'll talk with you for 12 hours. I mean, you understand? And why is that? Because I'll teach you something. I'll teach the world something here. But don't waste my time. Otherwise, when I don't waste my time, I make sure I go and grow thyself. I understand I grow thyself in a way that I never ever go speaking to other people online anymore, and I don't go sending people online anything in terms of life. I don't go personally messaging them about my life and about inspiring them and all that. Because what I do in terms of what my tactic is to succeed every single day is focus upon my YouTube channel and my Instagram and my Mega Drive. I mean, either way, I understand those are the 3 social medias I have, and I will just have that all my life. I understand? Because I understand that what's amazing is I have my eye as well. I understand every single day I know my eye only. I understand that's how I really grow, because I understand that what's important is stick to 3 social medias today, and that's it. I promise you don't need 50 million social medias today to do your work. I understand you just need 1 social media. I have 3. I have 3 social medias, but I understand that what's more important than Instagram and YouTube channel is my Mega Drive, which is my online storage, and that's where all my kids' photos of myself goes, and all my baby photos, and all my videos I've ever made in my life, and everything is online storage. I understand? So I put all my courses there, and that's my real social media. I understand? That's just something about all aspects of life where I can post PDFs and images and files and Microsoft Words and everything in terms of softwares in this nice beautiful online storage, and I can never lose it. Do you understand? So every single day I focus upon never losing. You understand? I'm a winner, so when I win, I make sure I'm growing. How am I really growing? I'm growing every single day through communication skills. I understand that those who want to build a legacy, right now, I realize there's nobody stopping your legacy. There's nobody stopping your legacy from being great. I promise you that no matter what is happening around the coronavirus today, nobody's stopping you from becoming like Nikola Tesla today. Nobody's stopping you except you. Guess what? I realize you don't become like Nikola Tesla, you become greater. You become more like Jesus Christ every single day, but focus upon a leadership skill. What are some 5 leadership skills that you can do today? Let's connect with yourself today. Let's make sure that we're loving ourselves. Just make sure that we're giving some ideas. Let's make sure we have a business, and let's just make sure we're public speaking. Those are some leadership traits. I promise you every single word in the encyclopedia and dictionary is a leadership trait. Negativity is a leadership trait. Evil is a leadership trait. I promise you everything in life is a leadership trait. I promise you what's important every single day is focusing upon your conversation with yourself. So when you have a conversation with yourself all day long, you focus upon different areas of life, and then you'll make sure that you succeed. I promise you when I succeed, I focus on one aspect of life, which is I. I love you. I promise you every single day I talk it, I make sure I breathe it, I make sure I live it, I make sure I am integrity, which is I. The first letter of integrity is I. The first letter of I love you is I. I promise you the first word of God is I. If you're going to teach your kids anything today, teach them the first letter of life, I. The world starts with I, and the world ends with I. You understand? So that's the only important word of the life. I promise you, there's no other word that's much more important than the word I. I promise you, the first vowel of life is I. I understand there's 5 vowels, but the most important vowel of life is I. I is the most important. If I have to label myself anything in a dictionary today, I will label myself the little small I. Because my small I is something huge as well. I understand when I use it and I abuse it in a way that I use it to grow you, I understand I grow everything with it, I understand I come back to it, and then I communicate differently. Why? Because I understand that what's important every single day is finding new courage and new deals and new empathy for everybody. So you understand every single day you must be growing life. I understand when I grow life to make sure I succeed. I succeed why? I succeed to make sure I have ideas. Why? I understand every single day I have ideas, I have leadership skills and leadership traits to be making sure that I go and communicate myself into glory. Why? I understand every single day I have a fortune, I have something great, I have health. Every single day I have the money, I have everything in this life. I promise you, isn't that the life you want? I promise you now, if you want the life you want, you have to communicate your way there. I promise you the only way to really get there is through communication skills. You want that Ferrari? You want the woman? You want the man? What do you want? You can communicate your way there. I promise you, anybody who's a billionaire has to communicate their way there. I promise you, Mark Zuckerberg has over 10,000 employees. Why? Because he can communicate. I realize because he can communicate, I understand that's why he leads. I realize that's why he grows. I realize that's why he's making sure every single day that we all have a Facebook. You understand? I realize everybody has a Facebook today to grow. But guess what? I realize I never use Facebook. I use Instagram. Do you understand? I use Instagram, and guess what? Come and check it out. I have 13,000 photos of myself and more. Do you understand? Because Instagram originally is made for photographers so that people can take photos of travel and their families and all that. But understand either way that now it's a video platform as well. So what's amazing is understand that in my nice, beautiful video platform, which is IGTV, I understand that I love the word IGTV. Why? IGTV, I first. In a sense, I realize either way, the iPhone, I love the iPhone. Why? iPhone. I love the Samsung, but why? I say iSamsung. I don't just say Samsung, I say iSamsung. But I understand that when I go into my nice, beautiful IGTV, I go and post my music content there. Because why? I understand that YouTube doesn't have great quality in terms of MP3 and in terms of audio for music. SoundCloud, I realize they charge you. I realize they charge you $20 a month. I don't want to be giving them $20 a month because I have something better to do. I have Mega Drive, for example, where I give $30 a month. and I have all this nice, beautiful content on myself, and I put it there. I mean, why? I understand, although that my popularity has 25 subscribers on YouTube and 1,000 subscribers on Instagram. So either way, you have to understand that what's amazing is, why shall I put my music on SoundCloud when you're never going to watch it? I mean, what for? I mean, why give $20 a day or $20 a month so that you never watch me? I mean, in a sense, so what's important every single day is I stick to 3 social medias, and that's where my internet and my everything is in terms of my files. So every single day you can check it out. I understand that what's amazing every single day is I focus on leading every single day. I focus on asking myself questions. I mean, why do I ask myself questions? I understand when I ask myself questions, I'm a leader. I understand why I'm a leader. I'm a leader because I need to lead people into greatness. I mean, why? I mean, why do I want to lead you into greatness for? I mean, because I want you to succeed. I want you to understand every single day that when I go and reason upon reason and upon reason, I'll go and fulfill your life in a better way. I realize, how will I do that? I realize, when I fulfill your life in a better way, I'll give you 600 hours of video content so that you can improve your life. I promise you, I don't want your money in terms of plastic. I don't want plastic money. I already have plastic money. I mean, in a sense, so what's amazing every single day is, if you want to make plastic money, you want to make attitude first. I mean, what's an attitude? Or else you want to make a better attitude. You want to be making sure that you look at yourself first, and then you'll make the money in terms of plastic. Or else the plastic money is not the result, but what is, or else is making sure that you're a better person in terms of divine nature. You must be following the word of Christ, Jesus. You must be understanding every single day to follow the Bible, because that's the only information back then in terms of 10,000 years ago. I mean, that's the only information back then. I mean, do you understand? So what's before Jesus Christ information? I mean, there's no books after that. I mean, in a sense, so what's amazing is realize the earliest times in life are Jesus' times. Or else these are the oldest times. But guess what? Or else this is also the newest times. Or else life is yin and yang. Or else everything exists and coexists with each other. I understand I just need I to live. You just need yourself to live. But understand that when I'm speaking here, I never need people around me. I just choose to go where people are so I can lift, and also make sure to look at other ideas in the planet. I understand, although I can go anywhere and do this. I promise you, what's important is making sure that you're a public speaker. I promise you, when you're a public speaker, you can then be confident. I promise you, when you have a voice, then you understand how to really perform it. Or else when you have something to perform, you understand talents. Or else when you have a talent, you understand why you have information about it. Or else when you have information about talents, you understand why you can do anything. Or else now, every single day you must understand that information is a commodity, and information is something that you're passionate about right now. Or else there's something that interests you, but it's information. I understand that. I understand that is your passion. Or else what interests you is an information product about something. Or else something that you may go search up today about YouTube or the news or something. You may be interested in yourself, or you may be understanding that information is also you. So when you understand that every single day you go and focus upon information in different qualities, you'll find different ways of communicating. I mean, do you understand? I mean, the best technique is which one? I understand it's communication, because when you can communicate like I can today, or else you can do anything. You can be God. I mean, do you understand? Because communication is standing up in front of people and just being a individual who is not a know-it-all, but a know-it-all in the word I. I'm a know-it-all in terms of I only. I know my I only. I know nothing else in the dictionary in terms of all the words. I don't know all the words of the word. I only know I. I just know my word I. I'm not sure. What's important is when you see the dictionary, first there's 250,000 words or more that we can put together, and in different languages. But the word that I love the most in terms of, I love all the words, but the word that I use in terms of I know I only. I just know I from that nice beautiful dictionary of life. I mean, in a sense, so every single day, that when I grow, I focus upon leading. I mean, why do I focus upon leading? Because I understand marketing, I understand promotion, I understand every single day when I love myself, I will be somebody. I mean, in a sense, so when I love myself every single day, I'll focus upon different strategies. I mean, why? I understand when I give you different strategies, you have different information. I mean, why? I mean, every single day I give you different information, you'll learn to grow differently. I mean, in a sense of why do I grow differently? I'll make sure every single day I grow differently so I can go and encourage everybody. I mean, why? I understand when I go and really encourage everybody every single day, I focus on different skill sets. I mean, like what? I mean, what are some different skill sets today? I mean, communication is one. I mean, also self-love. I mean, also growth. I mean, also making sure that you're a leader. I mean, making sure you're a public speaker. I mean, making sure that you have a beautiful hair on you. I mean, making sure that you have beautiful clothes. I mean, making sure that you're cleaner. I mean, every single day you must be focusing on a better attitude. I mean, if you want to overcome pleasure, for example, you must understand that you can do it by communicating yourself into greatness. I mean, in that sense, so the only way that Jesus can stay away from sex with other people is to communicate with Jesus Christ only. I mean, you understand? I mean, it's that simple. I mean, if you're just communicating with yourself and you're communicating more and more, and you're saying that you're more worthy than pleasure and seeking pleasure, you then never seek pleasure, will you? I mean, how can you seek pleasure when you deny yourself pleasure? I mean, in a sense, so just deny yourself the pleasure of life and understand that in the pleasure of life, you understand that in the pleasure of life is communication. And that's what I'm doing now. I realize the pleasure and the real pleasure of life that you want is this, what I have. I realize what I have is communication skills. You have to understand that is the only pleasure of life. I promise you, when you're growing, I promise you that's the only pleasure of life. So when I go and communicate every single day, I focus on different areas of life. I mean, why? I mean, when I focus on different areas of life, I understand that everybody here is one area of life. I focus on all areas of life. I mean, do you understand why? I mean, when I go do that, I focus on improving every area of life. I mean, I focus upon improving every person in life and every divine being in life and every animal and everything in terms of what we have today. Because I understand I believe in something more. I believe in making sure I'm great. I understand now, why do I make sure that I go and help you? I mean, when I help you, I reason about it. I reason about making sure every single day you have something of courage and something that is really going to help you. I mean, why? I mean, when something helps you, it's much more better than something kicking you down. I understand every single day when I focus upon different life strategies every single day, I focus upon how can I be greatness. I mean, how can I be something of a communicator where I understand I can achieve all my goals, I can achieve all my dreams, I can make sure I can write my journal down, I can go and really give those ideas forth, I can make sure I can have a conversation with myself all day long, I can make sure every single day I go and perform it in a way that I'm greater about it. I then make sure every single day I go and be focused in terms of I make sure I focus on my I every single day, and then I focus upon how to lead people. I mean, why is that? I mean, every single day I lead people, I focus upon different areas of life, and when I do that, I make sure I reason about it. Whereas when I reason about it, I make sure every single day there's always something more to say. I mean, why is there something more to say today? Because you want to live, or else because you want to live life, or else you want to make sure every single day that when there's something to say, or else that means you're still going to live in terms of life. Whereas now when you're going to live, you're still living today, I promise you that's the only special requirement of your life, which is live more. I promise you every single day you live more, you'll find out how to do so, and you'll learn how to do so. You have to be learning faster than the crowd if you want to be traveling the world. I mean, do you understand? I promise you that's the only way. I promise you either way that everything's new today. I promise you that nice, beautiful source of life is adapting very quickly, and the governments today are changing laws very quickly, so you have to be updating yourself about the world around you every single day. So focus upon Twitter, I mean, focus upon YouTube. I mean, go and look at YouTube News, for example. I realize the news, I mean, if you want to find the Australian news today, you just go on YouTube. I mean, go on YouTube and they'll show you the headlines of YouTube today, and in your home country, because you may put, you select a nice beautiful location of your country with YouTube, and then guess what, I realize they post in your country, I mean, the nice beautiful information. So wherever you are, you go on YouTube and you'll find the headlines of your country faster in YouTube than in Twitter. I mean, you understand? I realize now I check Twitter every single hour. I check Twitter because I want to update myself about what's going on. Or I just look at the trends really quickly. I scan with my eyes really quickly. I understand that what's important every single day is focusing upon making sure that you have a requirement to live life more. And to do that every single day, you focus upon giving information. I mean, what kind of information do you have today? I mean, go and give it. I mean, it's that simple. I mean, every single day you go and give that information. I mean, understand it's your story that is the most important. I mean, give your story and how you grew up and how you are where you are today, and how do you focus upon making your life strategies grow, and how do you plan to achieve to never be a security guard again, and how do you plan to get yourself on the street? I mean, how are you going to survive? I mean, how are you going to thrive? I mean, understand, but it's not about surviving, I realize it's about thriving over surviving. So making sure that you're thriving in life, because I look at life like, for example, when I say like, I understand that what's amazing is when I look at life, I understand the homeless man is surviving life. I mean, he's just trying to survive. I mean, she's trying to survive life. I mean, I said, but I'm thriving throughout life. I'm not surviving, I'm thriving. I mean, they're saying I make sure of it. I make sure every single day I go and step up and I make sure I lead in different ways, because when I lead in different ways, I make sure I go and overcome all the pleasures of the world very easily when I communicate myself into greatness. I promise you, when I say that, I mean, make sure you're communicating more, and realize that when you communicate yourself into greatness, you're looking for ways to make sure that you're communicating in a clean way, and don't be dirty. I mean, make sure when you understand when I say dirty, I mean, don't go being dirty with other people. I mean, be a clean individual. I mean, understand a clean personality is something like this. I mean, a dirty individual is having sex all the time. I mean, that's dirty. I mean, don't be dirty. I mean, be clean. I mean, clean is the way to go. I promise you, clean's a more professional attitude. I promise you, I realize every single day when you go and be clean, you'll find different areas of life where you can grow people. I promise you, it's much more about growing people than it is having sex with other people. I promise you, it's much more being in front of a crowd and growing with the crowd than it is always having sex with other people. I promise you, every single day, I focus on being a clean attitude. I mean, you understand, a clean attitude is a gratitude. I promise you, every single day, you must understand that what's amazing about life is you can stay away from pleasure in terms of the outside world, because the outside world is not something that you need. Whereas what you need is your inner world. You need to be focusing on the inner world every single day because there's something important about you. Whereas when you understand that, you understand how to love yourself, you understand how to grow. You understand when you grow daily, you find how to do so. Do you have a question? I have no worries. I realize every single day when I ask somebody to have a question, and let's say you come over here and I say, do you have a question? I mean, just make sure you ask me one question. I understand either way, you must understand that those who ask questions are the leaders of life. I promise you, although when you say you don't have a question, I mean, how do you expect to be a leader? I mean, it doesn't matter how big your muscles are if you have no questions of life. I mean, understand, you must have a question. You must understand that what's amazing about life is if you want to live more, you ask more questions. I mean, every single day, I make sure every single day to go and perform something. I mean, what do I really perform and how do I really perform it? I realize I have so much knowledge to give that my knowledge goes in all areas of life. And then I talk about it, and that's it. I realize Oprah Winfrey is a nice, beautiful woman who has a TV show for 30 years, and she's in front of people doing it. I mean, isn't that the lifestyle? I mean, a TV show, and she has popularity and fame, and she has the money, and she has the travels. But guess what? I realize she has to improve in nutrition. I'm saying she's always been struggling with that. I have to help her. I realize that it's very easy to lose 47 kilos. I lost 47 kilos and I'm gaining much more for it because I'm healthier now than ever before. I understand I was very fat before. I understand although the only difference between losing weight and not losing weight is staying away from food. I mean, stay away from McDonald's. I mean, stay away from the sausages. I mean, stay away from all the foods out there and go into veganism, and that's that. I promise you, it's very simple to go and understand the categories of food. I mean, go and understand the categories of food and what's behind the food you eat. I mean, go and search up every single label in a nice, beautiful supermarket and all the foods and all the labels. I mean, understand? Because those are descriptions. I mean, that's information. And the more you dig into it, or else the more you learn about it. Or else when you learn about it, you understand why I'm vegan. I push into veganism. How? I push into veganism, and to be a vegan, I have to learn about veganism. I have to learn about nutrition. I have to make sure I maintain my nutrition. I have to make sure I maintain a greater ethic. I have to understand that when I go and do that, I look for the information. And then the information is something that holds me up. Or else the information is something that I have that never goes back on it. I'll never go back on my information because information is something that is integrity, because everybody has integrity to a certain degree today because you have information. So that information never dies. I mean, that information only grows. So understand, the longer you live life, the wiser you get. I promise you, it's just that simple. I promise you, the longer you live life, the better you are. I promise you, although sometimes the physique looks worse than yesterday. Or as many people are, let's say, 50 years of age, but they're fat. I mean, they're looking worse than yesterday in terms of their physique. But my physique is much better than yesterday. I mean, that's excellent, isn't it? Although I understand that some other individuals call me skinny or something. I'm not skinny, I'm not fat, I'm not anything that you say I am. I mean, either way, you can call me stupid. I mean, you can call me a prick. I mean, whatever you call me, I am not what you call me. I am just the word I love you, and that's it. I mean, I understand I label myself I, but when you call me stupid, it's because you're calling yourself stupid. I mean, whatever you call other people is what you're calling yourself, so watch out. Or if you want to call anybody anything, you call them something greater, and then you'll be greater. I promise you, that's a nice, beautiful way when I say you're greatness. Or else now when I say that, I realize that's nice, but when I call you an asshole, or else that's not nice, is it? Or else there's a big difference. Or else now, either way, be nicer about aspects of life and understand that you're not an asshole, but make sure you understand that everybody's great today. I mean, why is that? Because I'm here. I'm here to lead. I'm here to grow people. And that's why this world's only greatness when I'm here. I mean, that's that. Or else as soon as I leave this world, I understand I have a better place. I have a better place, but I'm here to leave a mark in the world. I'm here to make a big dent in the universe, as Vishen Lakhiani says in his book, The Code of the Extraordinary Mind. I understand when I go and really develop nice, beautiful skills, I go and plan and plan and plan and plan. Or else, what am I planning? I'm planning every single area of my life. I'm planning every single information I can. I'm planning and looking at information and how to really orchestrate my life around Sydney, and how to orchestrate my life around the world, and how to travel to every city on the planet, and how to really achieve all my dreams. I have to write it down. I realize that if I have to do it in my head, I have to write it down first. I have to write my dreams down. Or else if you want to fulfill something, you write it down. Or else now, Jesus' story is only fulfilled, why? I mean, understand every single day that you must understand that Jesus is only fulfilling his story today of the Bible because Jesus writes it down. I mean, understand? I mean, Jesus fulfills the dream of Jesus Christ by writing the story down into paper. I mean, understand? So when you write your story to paper, your dreams come alive. I mean, understand? So realize that. I mean, every single day, what am I doing here? I'm writing it down. I mean, yes. I mean, you don't have to write physically. You don't have to type. You can speak it into a video. I mean, you understand? So what's amazing every single day is you have video footage knowledge to understand that you have to understand the camera. You have to understand what a trolley is. You have to understand all the information about what you're doing every single day and what you're wearing and why you're wearing that. And understand either way that it's not about cheap and it's not about expensive, or else it's about affordable. I mean, go the affordable way. But understand that if you're living in a one-bedroom apartment, or else you're doing excellent. I mean, understand? I mean, don't go living in hostels where it's 4 bedrooms and 3 bedrooms and 2 bedrooms with other people. I mean, live alone, and that's independence. And then guess what? I realize when you live alone, you have so much peace. But go live somewhere where it's so quiet. I mean, understand? So what's amazing every single day is focus upon giving knowledge in a different way. Why? I mean, when you do it every single day, you'll go and grow in a different way. You'll go and learn different skills. You'll learn different skill sets. Like what? You learn different information products. Whereas when you're learning different skills, you're learning different information products. I mean, guess what? I realize it's very easy to learn about information. I realize all you have to do is go and learn it. Or I realize all you have to do is go read it. Or else you read, and then you'll learn how to read faster. I promise you, the faster reader you are, is the more you read. I promise you, the faster you communicate, is the more you communicate. I promise you, that's that. I promise you, the faster you succeed, is the more you communicate. I promise you, the more you write down in your journal about your life, I realize the more of a story you have. I realize now, the more you write about your story, I realize the more worth you are. I mean, if you want a high net worth, you have to write about your story in a high net worth fashion. I mean, understand? Whereas if you want to achieve $1 billion, you have to write it down. I mean, do you understand? I mean, you have to literally write it down. You have to give 1 billion ideas. I mean, understand? I mean, it's simple, isn't it? I mean, write 1 billion sentences down, and you'll be a millionaire, and you'll be a billionaire. I mean, easily. I mean, understand? So what's the deal? I mean, every single day is understand that if you want to grow your money, and if you want to grow your business, and if you want to grow anything, you write it down. I mean, you understand? I mean, if you're not writing it down and you're not recording your life and you're not documenting your life, I mean, how do you expect to succeed? I mean, how do you expect to be anybody? I mean, look at the nice, beautiful, famous people of the planet. I mean, Beyonce. I mean, she's already on Netflix. I mean, you understand? I mean, why? Because she's written it down. I mean, she's writing it down. I mean, Adriana Grande, I realize she's on Netflix too. I mean, why? I mean, she's doing a concert on Netflix. I mean, why? Because she wrote it down. I mean, she wrote it down. I realize that's her dream, and she writes it down. I mean, understand? I mean, how are you supposed to achieve anything? You're never supposed to achieve anything. You just achieve much more than anything. I mean, understand? Or as everything in terms of life, you must understand to watch out for your language and how you speak. But go and connect those words together. I mean, that's why I can speak like this, because I'm always connecting those synonyms and antonyms together. I'm focusing on connecting the dots together. I'm focusing on public speaking together. I mean, understand? I'm focusing together. I mean, understand? When I focusing on together, I focus on I only. I mean, in a sense that every single day, I'm focusing on making sure our world's much greater. How? I mean, I do it through communication. How? I mean, every single day I do something that's really worth it in terms of communication. I help people in terms of ideas. I mean, why? I mean, every single day I focus upon giving those ideas in different manners so I understand how to grow. Otherwise, it's always about growth. So anything in terms of why, you come back to grow. You come back to grow in terms of everybody who asks you how are you doing it and why are you doing it. You say, I'm doing it because I grow. I have a reason to grow. I make sure when I grow, I learn how to learn faster. I learn how to be much more effective. I learn how to be much more of a individual who's not a prick. I understand that although I'm something much better than an asshole as well, I understand that what's amazing is go and learn the leadership tactic to do so. I promise you that every time you focus upon different areas of life is make sure every single day you focus upon different techniques and strategies to make sure that whatever you say goes. I understand every single day you focus on different strategies and different life techniques, and then you go and teach people those techniques. But social media is the one way of life where you can go and have a platform where you can do it. I understand although the best platform in the planet is your little eye. I promise you, if you just go and realize that, for example, I just had an epiphany recently, I realized that, for example, Big Brother. I realized if I went on Big Brother, I'll win the Big Brother. I'll win it straight away. I mean, why? Because I'll be hilarious on TV. I'll be hilarious. I'll be coaching people, and I'll sit in front of a wall and I'll start teaching something. I mean, understand? I'll start teaching every single day like that, and it's very funny. I mean, just looking at a wall and teaching, and the camera's pointing at Danny Milivojevic, who's sitting in the corner teaching the wall something. I mean, it's very funny, isn't it? I mean, every single day at a certain time. I mean, it to realize every single day that's funny, and then the world goes laughing with you, doesn't it? I'm not sure. Although Big Brother says, Big Brother goes, "Hi, Danny." I mean, why are you actually doing that? I understand Big Brother. I understand all the time. I understand when I have a friend like a wall. I understand when I talk to the wall every single day, I talk to myself every single day. I understand I'm the wall. I understand every single day I focus upon teaching people something about life. Otherwise, when you teach people something about life, you focus on growth. You focus on your family. I mean, your family is you only. I mean, you understand? I mean, that's your only family. I mean, what else do you have? I mean, you just have yourself. You don't have anything else. I mean, every single day I focus on different areas of life. I focus on understanding that just because you have leather shoes on, or else it doesn't make you rich. I'm a vegan. I'm vegan. I never have to have leather shoes on. I mean, in a sense, so what's amazing is understand why I'm a vegan. I mean, going to be much more exciting about it in terms of curious about why a vegan doesn't wear leather shoes. I mean, understand? I mean, it doesn't make you rich when you have a leather wallet, or when you have a leather coat, or when you have fur, in terms of all the fur in the world. I mean, do you understand? I mean, it doesn't make a difference because guess what? Or some tiger or some animal have to die for you so that you can wear it, or so that you can wear the skin. I mean, in a sense, so what's amazing is understand I recently went and watched a nice, beautiful documentary of a cheetah that goes on a lake and is drinking water where the crocodiles are. And I understand that this cheetah is very aware. I mean, it's very aware of life and it's prepared to understand that it's going to run away in terms of I understand that what's amazing is that cheetah is drinking water and then snap. I mean, wow. I mean, the crocodile just catches the cheetah in terms of the cheetah. I mean, drags it into the water and drags it under the water. I mean, that's it. I mean, finito. I mean, you understand? I mean, it's dead. I mean, do you understand? I mean, that's how wow it is. I mean, understand every single day that its family, in terms of the other cheetahs, I mean, there was another 2 cheetahs around. I mean, they're looking at it. I mean, it's gone. I mean, you understand? Or else, that is something incredible. I mean, but that is how it is in the jungle. I mean, they're all in competition to survive in the jungle. I mean, understand? And now, when you're something like elephants and something like when you have a pack together, in terms of all these animals that have packs, I mean, understand, for example, the lion pride. I mean, who can kill the lions today? I mean, in the jungle, I mean, not one, let's say, animal can kill lions in the jungle. I mean, guess what? Or else now, panthers and all that, in terms of bears and all that, or else they can get killed by lions. I mean, do you understand? But lions rule the jungle. And why is that? Because they're the strongest cats out of all of them. I mean, in a sense, to realize you have to be the strongest cat in life. You have to understand that anything that's weak, you must understand that you must understand how to go by your weakness, by learning what your weaknesses are. I mean, if you understand the strengths of your life, which is, you must understand information is your strength. You must understand that anything that grows you is your strength. I mean, ideas are your strength. I mean, when you public speak, it's a strength to public speak. I realize that when you're in front of a crowd and you can communicate, I realize it's a strength. Why? I realize because you can convince people and you can persuade people and you can entertain people and you can be a comedian, you can be whatever you want when you I realize when you are communicating fast. I realize when I communicate fast, I can go into my nice beautiful digital audio workstation in terms of FL Studio and create a Serbian rap track that I've never done before. Although I understand I have a Serbian rap track now, I understand although I go and create rap music, I go and create all these beats, I go and learn how to synchronize my nice beautiful music. And I have all this technology and all these knobs and everything I have to learn. But how do I really learn all the technology of the world? I have a journal. I write it down. I teach people what everything is. I have to teach it to myself. I have to teach myself how to be in front of a crowd. So when I teach you how to be in front of a crowd, I learn myself because I'm teaching you. Whereas now, in order to learn technology, you have to teach people about it. You have to teach people what you want to learn. Otherwise, if you want to learn veganism, you have to teach it. But once you teach it, it's because you're living it. I mean, do you understand? I mean, those people who are not vegan, I realize those people who are not vegans today, I realize they're not vegans because they're not teaching it. I realize in terms of, are you a vegan today? I promise you that whether it's yes or no, or else if it's no, you understand that you're not teaching veganism, and that's why you're not a vegan. I'm a vegan because I'm teaching it. I have to teach nutrition first to understand it. I have to teach life to understand it. Or else what does Jesus do in life? Or else Jesus just teaches because that is how you lead. I mean, when you lead yourself into greatness, you teach yourself how to do that. I mean, if you want the plastic money in the world, you teach yourself how to get it. You find all the strategies, you'll find brainstorming, you'll go brainstorm your life to have the greatest successful life and you'll learn how to do so. I mean, how? You teach yourself. I mean, teach yourself how to do it. I mean, nobody else will teach you. I mean, make sure you understand that. I mean, I can give you 600 hours of knowledge, but you still have to teach all that I teach. I promise you, I have 600 hours of knowledge. You also have to have your teachings as well, and you have to be teaching 600 hours of knowledge as well. I mean, understand? I mean, if you want to level me in my education, I mean, you have to have 600 hours in YouTube right now. I mean, you understand? You have to have 600 hours of communication work that you've been teaching other people about to get to my level. I understand, although, that what's amazing is I have more than 600 hours. I understand that what's amazing every single day is understand that if I want to learn anything about music production, I have to teach it. So what do? I make a music university. I make a university on wheels. I go and learn about it, and then I go and teach it. But where do I learn about it? I realize I don't learn anything other than I today. I'm not sure what's important every single day is finding out different skills. I understand that what's amazing is I never listen to other people's to learn, or I never listen to other people in terms of their music to learn how to make music. I just go into the software, I start to really perform, and I start to really look at the nice beautiful plugins of the software, FL Studio. I can go into Ableton today. I used Ableton one time. I understand that what's amazing is I understand that I never use it again. Because what's amazing is I may use it again. I mean, every single day, I also can go into Logic Pro, I can go to nice beautiful Ableton, but I have to learn the software. I still have to learn the software of FL Studio. I mean, pick one digital audio station and go and do it. Whereas the amazing thing about life is understanding that when you're making music, for example, you understand that when you're placing vocals into a nice beautiful music track, or else what exactly you're doing is, let's say I start singing, or else you make sure that there's no kick there. I mean, do you understand? Or make sure you're singing in a way that you orchestrate the vocals in between the kicks. So it's not hitting where the kick is. Because when your kick is hitting in a nice beautiful mix, it has to be just one kick in that whole mix. So the kick can be heard every single day. So when you want to synchronize your life, or let's say your education in life, you must understand to go in synchronicity of life. So when you're doing that, you make sure that you're never doing anything other than making sure you're growing. So make sure that you're never ever going and making a track where, let's say, a melody is hitting over the kick, or let's say a vocal is hitting over the melody. I mean, understand either way that what's amazing is the melody can go over the vocal, but the kick can be in the track, and it must be hitting your track in a way that it's not going over your vocal and it's not going over the melodies, because the kick is something that pounds through. I mean, you understand? I mean, that's very simple, but what's amazing is you must understand unsynchronicity. I mean, anything that's synchronicity today is something that's also out of balance, but it's also in balance. I mean, in a sense, so that's contradiction. I promise you, although contradiction is synchronicity as well. I understand every single day, understand that when I go and learn technology every single day, and I learn about whatever I want to learn about, I go and dig into the knowledge because it's so exciting, isn't it? I promise you, it's so exciting to go and learn about this knowledge I'm giving you. I promise you. Now, why do I study knowledge? Because look how I'm talking today. Look at how I give you the knowledge. Because I have so much to research about, I have so much to talk about. Whereas when I research about life, I'm going to talk about it. I mean, life is about talking about it, isn't it? Whereas if you want to have anything in life, you have to talk about it. Or you have to speak up more. So I speak up more with myself, and I give myself the time to do so. I don't want to be going on. I don't want to be going online and talking to other people because they're not interesting. I promise you, what's interesting is my life. Whereas my life is interesting because I'm living my life. I have to be my best friend. I realize I'd rather make myself my best friend than you. I mean, do you understand? So make sure you understand that you do the same every single day. I mean, make yourself your best friend and your best family member and your best co-partner, and marry yourself all day long. I mean, understand? I mean, that's it. You don't need anybody else. But what's amazing every single day is focus upon different strategies and different ways of speaking. I'm probably sure when you focus on different areas of speaking, I understand every single day, I'm always focusing upon living the greatest lifestyle. I understand when I do that all the time, I focus upon communication work. I understand that is why I have technology. I understand because I learn what my technology is about. I understand when I go to my music software, I understand there's so much to do. I realize there's so much plugins. I realize there's all these synths and everything in terms of frequencies and all this. You have to learn it. But how do I learn it? I teach it. I teach you, and for example, I may write a sentence down and I say, this knob does this in my nice beautiful journal. I write it physically in terms of a keypad. I write it and I say, I mean, place your nice beautiful kicks at 40 hertz because deadmau5 says this, but it actually works. I mean, either way, you must understand either way, I go and learn about music production. But understand that, for example, masterclass, I mean, make sure you understand that your masterclass is something of a university. But understand that you must go and make your life worth it. You must understand that, for example, my biological dad doesn't really use technology much. So what he does in terms of his phone, or else he uses a phone only. I mean, that's it. I mean, that's his only technology piece. I mean, you understand? But what's amazing is, let's say the house around you, in terms of accommodation, is also technology. But guess what? You are technology. But guess what? Do not miss your I. You're the only word of I. I promise you, your only word of life that you must know is I. You must understand you are more important than the outside world. But what's amazing every single day is my biological dad goes into the phone and starts pressing everything in terms of settings. And then what happens is he presses and presses and presses, and he presses all this stuff, and then he resets the phone and he loses memory. I mean, understand? And that's how he learns. But what's amazing is understand that he learns something about the phone, but he doesn't teach other people about it. I mean, I realize he doesn't go on social media to say, hey, this setting equation makes this equation. Or else he doesn't do that. So what he does, or else, is go on the phone and he tries to mumble with it, so he sees what's everything. But then he just learns, and that's it. Or else he'll never teach you. I mean, that's it. Or else he learns it for himself, but he doesn't go on YouTube teaching you about it. I go on social media teaching you about life. Or else he doesn't. Or else he's a singer. Or else my biological dad's a singer, but he doesn't teach you how to sing. Or else he just wants to sing. Or else Novak Djokovic is a tennis player, but he doesn't teach you how to play tennis. I mean, understand? I mean, Rafael Nadal is a tennis player, but he doesn't teach you how to play tennis. I mean, understand? So what's amazing is understand Beyonce as well. Or else Beyonce is a singer, but she doesn't teach you how to sing. I mean, why? I'm a life coach, but I teach you life. I mean, there's a big difference. I'm a rapper, but I teach you how to rap. I'm a singer, I teach you how to sing. I'm a comedian, I teach you how to do comedy. I teach you everything about life. I mean, isn't that more exciting? I mean, isn't that more of a leader? I'm not sure that what's amazing is Justin Bieber is a singer, but he doesn't teach you how to sing. Or else Cristiano Ronaldo is one of the best soccer players on the planet, but he doesn't teach you how to play soccer. I mean, do you understand? Or else he doesn't teach you in words. Or else he doesn't teach you. I mean, do you understand? Or else he may say, you kick the ball like this, but, I mean, come on. I mean, is that it? I mean, you're going to give one sentence of life? I mean, give all the sentences you can about it. I mean, understand? So, for example, Fozzie, I mean, Fozzie will go on a nice, beautiful soccer range in terms of the SBS, and guess what? Or else, he's an Australian, but guess what? I understand he is teaching the game of sport, and he's teaching it at least. I mean, he's saying this is because of this, and this is because, I mean, do you see this guy over here, because he's a sweeper, understand this left wing comes over here, because he understands the space in between over here. I mean, teach the game of sport. I mean, you understand? I mean, do something like Fozzie in terms of sport, if you're going to play sport. I mean, understand that what's amazing is understand that plenty of people, let's say, do NRL, I mean, they go do the rugby, and then they become on the microphone and a commentator. I mean, understand, is that what you want to be? You just want to be a commentator after your NRL career? I mean, is that it? I mean, you just want to manage soccer? I realize you just want to go managing people in soccer? I mean, I'm better than I'm better than I'm better than I mean, understand? I mean, what's amazing is I know my I only. I start with my I end with my I. I start with the you, I end with the you. I start with a question, I end with a question. I start with my IUQ rule, I end with my IUQ rule. I always go back to the I. I said yesterday, I blurted out, I mean, where was my I? I said, I'm better than I mean, you understand? I understand what's amazing every single day is focus upon different skill sets. I mean, focus upon teaching the game of sport. I mean, you want to play poker? I mean, teach how to play poker. I mean, if you want to do anything about life, you must teach it. Because when you teach other people, you teach yourself. I mean, I'm teaching you because I'm teaching myself today. I'm here to teach myself something today. I mean, I'm teaching you, but as long as you're getting the knowledge, you understand that you have to do it. I promise you, I understand now that no millionaire and no billionaire will give you money for your business. I mean, understand? I mean, what's amazing is go give it to yourself. I mean, go and make yourself the billionaire who's giving you everything. I mean, don't focus on other people giving you money. I mean, you understand? I mean, don't go looking for investors for real estate. And understand that if you do that, I mean, and then you want an investor, I mean, then you have to go and split 50-50 with the investor. I mean, why don't you just go make the money to get real estate and then have 100% of it? I mean, why do you want 50-50% equation with somebody else? I mean, if you want a company, you don't split profits, you make the whole profit yours. I mean, understand? You don't split royalties, you just make it your royalty, and that's it. I mean, this video will never ever be sponsored by anybody in terms of my eye. Or else, what's amazing, I give this content for free. Or else somebody's going to go and promote it then. Or else they'll promote it for free. Or else they may even charge you for it. I don't know what's going to happen in 1,000 years' time. I don't know. But guess what? Or else that this information is always going to be here. I mean, somebody may charge you for it. I'll never charge for this content. I mean, you understand? Or else they're already charging for the Bible of Jesus Christ. I mean, come on. I mean, Jesus Christ himself is not charging for the Bible. I mean, why are people charging the Bible for? I mean, why? I mean, they're scammers of life. I mean, they just want your money in terms of plastic. I mean, understand? I mean, Jesus Christ's Bible is for free. I mean, other people are charging Jesus Christ's Bible for 20 bucks. I mean, in a sense, so realize you don't go charging my content, please. I promise you, if somebody's charging my content, I promise you, although you must understand, I don't allow them to. I mean, do you understand? I give it for free. I mean, what's amazing is invest in the knowledge anyway, because if somebody's charging for my content, I mean, be sure to invest some money into it, because it's something that grows you. I promise you, every single day, you must understand that education grows you. I promise you, technology only grows you when you use it to grow people. I mean, you understand? Whereas if you want the Ferrari, you have to have a reason for it. You have to teach people how to get it. I mean, you understand? You have to teach people how to get the Ferrari. And then you have to understand that once you get the Ferrari, you teach people how the lifestyle is with the Ferrari. And then you teach people how you do business with Ferraris. And then you teach people how you travel the world and how you do everything. I mean, go and teach them everything. I mean, in a sense, so what's fun about my life now is I can public speak, I can communicate. I can easily do this every single day. I'm much better than everybody else. I mean, that's how I consider myself every single day. I'm doing every single day something for nothing. I'm making sure I'm always focusing upon growing myself, because you still have to do this. You still have to do this, but I don't know how long it's going to take you to do a basketball event. I don't know how long it's going to take you to go up on the microphone and start speaking. I mean, it may take you 10 years. I don't know. I understand in 10 years' time, I'll be famous. I realize that what's amazing every single day is I focus upon different life strategies. And when I do that, I focus on growth. I focus on making sure that there's always something more to give. Whereas when I do that, I focus on the best TED Talks on the planet, because I understand there's TED Talks today. Whereas they give you 10 minutes on the show, and that's it. I mean, all your life, you want to go into a TED Talk, and then guess what? I realize they give you 5 to 10 minutes to speak in front of a public. I mean, big deal. Big deal. I mean, what's amazing is understand that all these big events around the world that have public speakers, I mean, they give you max 1 hour. I mean, big deal. Big deal. I mean, what's amazing is understand that you go and create your own events, and then you'll give yourself 8 hours like Tony Robbins does. I mean, understand? I mean, if you want to understand to give yourself more time in front of people in big events, you create the big events like Grant Cardone. And what does Grant Cardone do in his big events today? Well, he's interviewing people the whole time he's in front of the crowd. I mean, everybody else gets 1 hour while he gets the 12 hours. Or he gets to interview people for 12 hours in front of people though. Or it is his event. Or it's his event. Or why? Because he has the real estate to back it up. Or else he makes events around the world because he backs it up with real estate. Or else he charges you for real estate and everything in terms of all the content he has. Or else he charges you, but guess what? Or else some content goes on YouTube and for free he gives it. I mean, understand? I respect the free content, but I understand when he says $100,000 to have me as your mentor for 1 hour. I mean, I'll never give you $100,000. I mean, you understand? I mean, I'll give you more than that. I mean, why are you pricing yourself $100,000? I mean, what's amazing is anything that's free today is the best worth in the planet. So every single day I focus on different skill sets. I understand many people don't like me. I understand why they don't like me, because I'm a public speaker. I understand that what's amazing every single day is I focus on growth. I focus on making sure I succeed first. I succeed, and then I go and make sure every single day I focus on different areas of life so I can grow. I promise you when I do that, I'm much more confident today than ever before to public speak. But what's amazing is it's a beautiful day. I'm still wearing a jumper. Although I understand it's 27 degrees in Australia, but guess what? Over here it's shade. I understand either way, when you're around shade, I promise you there's wind, and when the wind's blowing at you, or sometimes you can cough, or sometimes you can have a running nose, or sometimes your throat really hurts. I understand how that is. I understand when you're drinking soup, for example, you're drinking soup and your throat hurts and you cannot even eat. I promise you can eat. I promise you, although that what's amazing is never get to the point where you have a sore throat. I promise you that's the worst. I promise you now, I consider a sore throat much more worse than diarrhea. I mean, understand? I mean, understand that what's amazing is understand that a sore throat really hurts. I promise you, although that what's amazing is your eye, there's a letter I can never hurt. I mean, take care of yourself, but understand every single day when I prevent sickness, I go vegan. I make sure I have a curfew of 6 p.m. to 10 a.m. I'm indoors. I'm indoors from 6 p.m. to 10 a.m. I understand, although to prevent sickness also, I have a 1 hour rule, which says 23 hours of the day I'm indoors. I mean, forever. I mean, in a sense, so what's amazing is, let's say when you get, let's say up to 70 years of age or 100 years of age, I use my 1 hour rule. I use the 1 hour rule and I'll stay indoors. I'll just go walk 1 hour into Pitt Street Mall or Sydney, and I'll get my trolley or whatever, and I'll just 1 hour be into life. And then 23 hours I'll stay indoors, because that's how I never get sick. I mean, do you understand? Or else that what's amazing is understand that you stay hydrated throughout life in terms of your life. I mean, hydrate yourself every single day and just drink small amounts of everything. I mean, don't have a, let's say, a equation of drink 500 mils of water every hour. I mean, understand, because you never achieve it. I mean, understand, because what's amazing is you can achieve anything, but understand is drink when you want to drink and you eat when you want to eat. I mean, what's my rule? Understand, my rule is understand, I thank you. Do you have a question? I thank you. Or else, I thank you. Or else, what's amazing every single day is when I go and really dwell upon, let's say, what I do, I make sure I'm eating and doing everything in small activities every single day. I focus on getting my questionnaire. I focus on giving everything in terms, or else I focus on giving everything in terms of my information. I promise you when I do that daily, I focus on making sure that I go and thank people when they don't have a question. I mean, understand, because they're already going away anyway. Or else, what's amazing every single day is when you're focusing upon what to say and then you have to go and say something to somebody else, you may lose the idea that you want to give. I promise you, although you'll never lose yourself, you never lose your knowledge. I promise you every single day you go and speak knowledge every single day into the world, you find something to do. But what's important every single day is learning how to really live. You have to learn every single day how to really go live your life. Why? I mean, why do you want to live your life? You have to live your life for you first. You have to understand that you are worth it. You have to understand that you can help people. You have to understand every single day you can lead people. You can go and travel the world for free. You can go and see everything you ever want to see. I mean, isn't that exciting? I promise you, it's very exciting when you can go anywhere you want to go right now. I mean, you can just go. I mean, that's beautiful, isn't it? I promise you, although you have to communicate your way there. You have to understand every single day I succeed in different ways. I do different ways of believing. I do different ways of thinking. I make sure either way you guys can grab my business card over here. I promise you what's amazing every single day is a focus on delivering. I promise you that's 10 cents I give you. I give you 10 cents. I promise you either way that what's amazing is I focus on different areas and different qualities of life. I understand that every single day I focus upon making sure I invest in my business cards and I give 10 cents to people because that 10 cents can also help them. I mean, in a sense, so what's amazing is be giving something. I mean, be giving some plastic. For example, I understand a beautiful idea just yesterday. I went on the news and they give me, I realized they gave me one idea and it's a beautiful idea. Whereas this woman is sewing coronavirus masks and she's giving for free everywhere. And she is popular now. I mean, you understand? So what does that mean? I realize it means that when you are doing something in terms of the outside world and you want to make a portable speaker, you want to make trolleys, you want to make something, but give it out for free. I mean, make it and give it out for free. And then you become popular very quickly. I mean, you understand? So guess what? I realize she picks up the trend, which is the coronavirus, and then she goes and makes all these masks for free. I mean, do you understand? So guess what? I realize either way, she boosts her reputation. I mean, that's the amazing thing about her because now her name, which is Jean or something like that, I understand that what's amazing is she now is very popular because of those masks that she creates. I mean, in a sense, so she's giving for free. So if you want to create anything in terms of plastic money or whatever, you give it for free. And then you boost your reputation, don't you? Whereas now the governments boost their reputation by giving people free money. But also, guess what? Whereas they will stop on that, whereas now printing machines in terms of plastic money and paper, or else that's going away. But what's amazing is understand that cryptocurrency, you never need it. You don't need cryptocurrency, you need information. You have to understand information is something that grows you. I promise you every single day you do information products, I promise you I will understand you much better. I promise you I understand those people who give knowledge. I go where the value is every single day. I focus on different strategies and different areas of giving. I promise you when you're giving knowledge every single day, you'll understand what I mean. I promise you I mean something greatness. I mean every single day that something in terms of greatness is you, but you have to understand that it's only because you must be giving information more. I promise you although that those people who are giving information are still alive today, or else they're still giving a bit of knowledge here and there, but they're not focusing upon giving it. So I'm focusing upon giving knowledge, really, because giving knowledge is my business. Or else giving knowledge is every single day something I love to do. I mean, every single day I do this, I focus upon different communicational skills. I focus upon different empathy. I focus upon making sure that pleasure is not important, but what's important is making sure that I look and feel great. I understand that some people have bigger muscles than me, but I feel great. I feel better than yesterday. I'm much more of a leader. I mean, they're Godzillas. I mean, they have the biggest muscles I've ever seen in the world, but they can never even public speak. I mean, understand? I realize now anybody can do anything. I realize although I have more skills than them in terms of public speaking. I realize that they have never picked up a microphone in their life. I mean, they're big Godzillas, man. I mean, they Mr. Universe. I mean, understand? I mean, Mrs. Universe, and they never pick up a microphone ever. I mean, understand? So I realize either way that what's more important than bigger muscles is Jesus Christ. I mean, go focus upon Jesus Christ and understand how I really do life. I do life differently. Thank you. I look at life making sure every single day that everybody has promotion. When I promote other people, you shall also promote yourself. You must understand every single day there's always something much more. Or else every single day you engage with people, you'll grow. You have to talk up more anyway. I never have to engage other people anymore because I talk myself all day long. But other people have to engage other people to talk. I mean, understand? Or else they need other people to talk with. I don't need other people to talk with. I just talk to myself. I talk like this all day long. I mean, understand? I talk like this with myself in my keypad. I have a keypad or a computer where I write all this information to. I mean, understand? I talk to myself and I teach you all this information in my actual journal. I write it in my quote book. I write it making sure every single day I have something to give you. I promise you when I have something to give you every single day, I focus upon different areas of life. I thank you, boss. I have a nice, beautiful interview with you. You can ask me any question over here. I just do a lot of life strategies. No worries, I thank you. I'm always doing different life strategies and making sure everybody has a business in life. I promise you that's important. I promise you business skills and business information is what I give. I give you ideas upon how to really live your life much greater. I promise you why. I mean, why do you want to live a life much greater? You have to live a life much greater so you can live greater, so you can be much more in longevity, and so you can understand how it's important. I understand this gentleman just comes over here to get my business card. I understand either way. I understand that what's amazing is I have a 2-hour license here so I can stay here. I understand that what's amazing is I give $14 to give you this content. I give $14 for 3 months to be able to stand here every single day for 1 hour to give you this content. I mean, understand? I mean, 1 hour of this content is a lifetime. I mean, understand? I understand either way, it's affordable and it's not cheap and it's not expensive, but what is, I realize, is affordable rates. I understand every single day I go for the affordable rates. I mean, why do you want expensive? I mean, you don't need expensive. You don't need cheap. You just need affordable. Or sometimes affordable is cheap and sometimes expensive is cheap. I mean, understand? Or else, although realize sometimes you must understand that expensive is affordable. You understand? So what's even more important than, or else what's more even important than expensive and cheap is affordable rates. I promise you, you go for the affordable rates every single day, you find your way through. You make sure every single day you connect all the words together. Why? Otherwise it will make you smarter. I understand why. I mean, why do you want to be smarter? I mean, you have to be smarter so you can go grow yourself. Whereas when you grow yourself differently, you'll find new tactics and new strategies of living every single day in front of a crowd. I mean, if you want to grow your passions, you grow your passions in front of a crowd, because eventually you have to become a public speaker about what you do. I promise you, everybody has to speak eventually on a public speaking microphone in front of people, so do it every single day. I promise you, that's all I say. I promise you, although that what's amazing is always have more to say every single day and focus upon living your life to the greatest ability that you can, because that's what you live for. You live for the greatest life. I mean, live and make sure that you're the best you can be. I understand why. I understand when you're the best you can be every single day, you understand how I grow. You understand how I give information. You understand ideas. You understand every single day, I focus upon those ideas. I give those ideas. I make sure you have them. I make sure I give them. And then I understand I'm prospering all the time. I mean, why do I prosper every single day? I mean, every single day I prosper, I ask questions. I mean, why? I mean, when I go and really ask questions every single day, I focus upon different skill sets. I mean, why? I mean, why do you want to focus on different skill sets for? I mean, understand leadership. I mean, understand how you grow. I mean, understand how you really Jesus, in terms of how you really live like Jesus Christ every single day. I mean, why do you want to live like Jesus Christ? Because Jesus Christ doesn't kill other people. I mean, understand? I mean, why? I mean, because Jesus Christ is something better than killing people. I mean, understand? I mean, why? I mean, because Jesus Christ loves you. I mean, understand? I mean, why? I mean, because Jesus Christ has interests about this world, and that's why he came here to give the Bible. I mean, why did Jesus Christ give the Bible for? I mean, Jesus Christ gives the Bible so that you can learn something. I mean, why? I mean, you have to understand that when you learn something, you'll be something greater. I promise you now, why do you want to be something greater? I realize when you want to be something greater, you achieve something famous. I mean, why do you want to be famous for? I realize when you go really be famous, you can also grow and understand that it's very exciting to travel the world for free. I mean, why do you want to travel the world for free? I understand when you really travel the world for free, you also grow in the process and you'll be happier. I mean, isn't life about happiness? I say yes, I agree. I understand, although what's amazing is when you be happier every single day, you learn the different skill traits every single day to go and do so. I mean, why do you want to really do anything in life? I mean, when you do anything in life, you just do something that's much more in information work. Or else you can do anything in information. I mean, what kind of information interests you? I mean, come and speak on a microphone. I mean, it's very simple. I I mean, you can do any type of information in the world. I promise you, information is something of a commodity that helps people really grow. I promise you, when you grow people with information, you will have a business. I promise you, that's simple. I promise you, people who have a business have information. I promise you, information is a service. I promise you, when you have a service, you have information. I promise you, that's how simple it is. I promise you, every single day, you're going to focus upon really living life to the best potential you can. Every single day, you focus upon information daily, and you focus upon how you give it. I promise you, when you give information, you also receive it, and then you understand how you get it, and you understand it's a free resource in the library. I mean, Jim Rohn says it's a free library card. You go get yourself in information. I mean, information is free. I mean, there's no excuses for why you cannot grow today. I mean, understand every single day, I grow differently and differently and differently through different information. I go look at different stories. I look at different success methods every single day. I'll give you my business card. You can come and get it. Alright, so what's amazing every single day is I'm always nice about what I do every single day. I understand every single day that sometimes even kids will reject you in your business cards. So either way, I understand that what's nice about life is when somebody gives you and tries to give you something, you take it. Because when I help you and I try to help you and I go and reach out my hand to help you and you don't want help from me, or else it's because you're not a leader. I mean, understand? So what's amazing is I always need help. I always need help. I mean, understand? I always need help. I help myself to understand how, in terms of life, I can give something. I realize when somebody is giving you something, you accept it right away. Because the life, in terms of anything that you're really giving, is something that somebody else has to receive. But if you're not receiving information, or else it's because you're not interested about yourself. I understand when you're interesting much more, you understand what information is daily. You understand how you really grow. You'll grow differently. You'll make sure every single day you have the ideas. I mean, every single day, I'm just throwing those ideas at you. I'm throwing every single idea I can at you so that I can grow in different ways. I realize when I grow in different ways, I focus upon different aspects of life, and then I focus upon making sure that you have those ideas so that you grow. Whereas when you grow, I focus on different areas of life where I can go and really connect those words together even more today. I have to connect today another 900 words and more. Whereas every single day I do that, I focus upon different life strategies. I understand every single day that there's always a life strategy I can give you. When I give you ideas, I focus on different ideas that I can give you, and that way I talk differently. I talk differently in ways that I can go and really throw those ideas at you in different ways so that I can grow. Every single day I focus upon those ideas, I focus upon different areas of communication, and that's how I grow. Every single day I focus upon making sure I grow every single human being in the planet, because that's what an idea is. I promise you, anything that's an idea, every single day is teaching it. You have to be teaching your life into greatness. You have to understand every single day that if you want to be great, you have to teach information. I promise you, you have to be a teacher about something. So you have to understand that if you want to teach something, you have to understand that every single day you teach life itself. You teach your story. Teach your story. You're the expert in your field. You have to understand that your story is your life, and your life is something you must teach. You must teach about your life. You must understand to teach about how you live life, and how do you do business, and why do you do business like that. You must teach people how did you grow up, and why was it so special, and why was it so negative. Why was your life so negative, and what did you do about it? Why were you depressed in your life? Teach people, and how did you overcome your depression? Make sure when you're teaching people your life, you're teaching people your life in a YouTube channel, and then teach about your life specifically, because that's how you build a great legacy. What do I teach about? I teach about my life and how I go about my life, because I'm a life coach. I have a life. I don't need a qualification to have a life. I already have a life. Understand? What's amazing every single day is I teach life, because I have a life. So I'm a life coach. I teach my life every single day, and how I organize my life, and how I strategize my life, and how I plan my life, and what do I do, and where do I go, and where do I get the information from, and how do I give those ideas, and how do I public speak, and how do I learn my skills, and how do I dress the way I do, and how do I maintain being vegan, and how do I be sober, and how do I get away from the crowd. And I teach my life in all areas of life, and that's the only legacy that you need, which is you. You need your legacy. So if you're interesting about your life, and if you're curious about your life, you'll teach it. You teach your life, because that's the only point of recommendation that Jesus points you toward your life. Or else, what is Jesus teaching about his life? Everything. So you must also do the same about your life. You must be teaching about your life, everything that you do. Go and say how many times a day you have sex with other people, and which brothel do you go to, and what stripper do you love, and teach everything about what? Understand? Teach everything about your life, because that's how you become a life coach too. Understand? That's how you manage yourself, and that's how you manage other people. But it all starts with you. It doesn't start with other people. If you want to teach about other people, you can. You can teach about other people, and you still have to understand that you still have to teach about yourself. Life is about teaching yourself first, and then other people. I mean, in a sense, so realize either way that what's amazing every single day is find the resource, which is you, and use it. I mean, use it and understand every single day you'll grow it. I promise you grow yourself, you grow inside, and understand that's the only way to grow. I promise you every single day I grow, I teach myself every single trick in the book, and I give it to you. I promise you when I give you every single trick in the book, I find different strategies and different course lines and different ways of acting and different ways of activities of life and how I change and how I move and how adaptable I am and how long I plan to live and my goals and how I plan that, all that. I plan it every single day in my journal. I write it every single day, so you have to read it. I promise you, although that what's amazing is everybody is a direction, or else there's 7.8 billion directions in life, because how many people in life? Or else there's so many people, but understand either way that what's so many, or else that is just a number, isn't it? Or else it's infinite people is in this lifetime. Or else although that what's amazing is every single individual in the planet is a direction. Or else now if you want to set apart from the crowd, you have to do more than the crowd. And what do you have to do? You have to do information. You have to understand that if you want to plan to be the best, you have to stand out. I mean, how do I stand out? I'll give you 3 ideas. I use social media, I use Instagram, I use Mega Drive and YouTube. I make sure I post 1 million photos of myself. I make sure I post 1 million hours of video content I can in terms of my life. I make sure I give it to you and all that information. And then I make sure to be much more successful than the people around me. And then I make sure to show up in my nice beautiful busking event as well, so people see me, and so I promote myself all day long because I love to do this. I promise you every single day I do this. I do it for the greater good. I make sure every single day I go and perform. I make sure every single day I'm always learning how to communicate. But communication is the most beautiful passion of life, because everybody's communicating right now. I promise you that's the only passion of life. I promise you those who are really speaking up more are the ones that are much more leaders, and that's that. I promise you it's either you're speaking up more today or not. I promise you those who are not speaking up more are dead. I mean, so what's the difference between me and you today? I'm speaking up more than you today. I'm talking much more in a video today than you. I promise you that's the difference. I promise you, although that what's amazing every single day is find yourself a leader. I mean, find yourself greatness. I mean, find yourself and your story and give it. I give my story so much, I expose everything about my story. I mean, all my mistakes. I mean, everything I ever done. I mean, everything that I may have done that is, let's say, maybe trying to prevent me or something. I mean, either way, that what's amazing, I go and really dwell upon my story. I give you my story in different quantities and different areas of life, and then I teach it in all areas. I promise you that's a life coach. I promise you that's Tony Robbins. I promise you that's also Jesus Christ. I promise you, although you must love everything equally. I mean, in a sense, so either way, I love everything equally. I make sure every single day I focus upon making sure that I never go do anything other than I understand that when you're picking up rubbish or whatever you're doing every single day, you must learn how to grow out of that. You must learn how to really go dwell upon a better life. I promise you there's always a better life that you can handle. I promise you it's always much better to go and travel the world for free than work on a 9-to-5 job, for example. I promise you when you understand every single day that freedom of speech is something that you can do. I promise you this is freedom of speech. I promise you this is free advice. I mean, if you want to take it or not, I don't care if you take it or not. But what's amazing is I teach it. I teach this. I mean, I'm serious about my work. I mean, I'm not some stupid clown. I mean, in a sense, so what's amazing is I can be a clown. I can be anything. But what's amazing every single day is understand that when I go and really grow, I grow myself into oblivion in a way that I grow. I mean, in a sense, I'm always growing in a way that I understand how to grow myself. Whereas when I grow myself on camera and I focus on different areas to do so. I promise you, although that 1 hour of this video is already passed and it's really, really quick in terms of my eye. I say in terms of my eye because I said the word past. I understand either way, the word past, I understand has ED, so I go back to my eye and I say in terms of I, because I understand I have to go into the present moment again to make sure that it's passing by now. I understand, although I have to find another word. I understand either way that it's passing by rather than passed away in terms of I'm passing away. I mean, every single day I'm talking right now, but I'm passing away too. Or as we are growing, or as we're dying. Or as, I mean, do you understand? I mean, when you're dying, you're also growing. I mean, that's the yin and yang of life. But understand that everybody's passing away right now. Or as we're in this life to just see the life, but we're here to be great and leave a mark in the world so that we go and do something greater, and that's it. I'm very sure, although that what's amazing is when you're striving in life, you must be thriving over striving, and you must understand that if you want to survive or strive, you have to understand that it's much better to strive in terms of smarts than it is to survive harder. I mean, in a sense, to realize every single day, you must focus upon different opportunity. I mean, go and find opportunities, and opportunities are infinite, or else it's infinite, or else information is your opportunity. I mean, how much information do you have in the world? I mean, how much information do you have in the world? You have infinite opportunity in information. I mean, if you're willing to learn and grow, you can do anything. I promise you, if you're willing to just learn and grow, you can always increase your skills. Because what are skills? Our skills is information. Understand what are skills? It's information. Otherwise, every single day, that if you want to grow and learn, you can do anything. I understand those who are not willing to adapt those who are not willing to adapt quicker and quicker and quicker are the ones that are stupid. I mean, understand? So I'm adapting quick and quick and quick. I'm very quick. I mean, understand? So I want to be ahead of the crowd. I want to be ahead of the crowd because that's why I travel much faster than them. I mean, why? Because I communicate. I do everything I can to succeed. I make sure every single day I have the power to do so. I have the energy to come here and do a 1 hour video. I can do a 1 hour video. I can do a 12-hour video. I can do everything much more than that. And how do I do that? I mean, how do I make a 24-hour video and just speak? Just speak for 24 hours at a time. I mean, I can do it. I just have to speak. I speak. I drink some soy milk or whatever, but I just make sure I have enough battery to do that. And then I just make sure every single day I just stand here. I sit a bit. I'll sit whatever. I'll sit and whatever. And I understand either way I can do it. I can do it because I can communicate my way into anything. Otherwise, if you want to achieve your goals, you have to communicate that. I mean, what do you want to communicate? I mean, what are your goals? You can do it if you communicate it. I mean, either way, everything's achievable. I mean, everything's doable when you can communicate and speak up more. I'm not sure that's that. I'm not sure why is Donald Trump a president? I mean, because he speaks up about that. I mean, instead he talks about it. I mean, in a sense to realize Joe Biden or whatever, or all these presidents and politics and all these people that are working on 9 to 5, I mean, why are they doing that? Because they're communicating that. I mean, you're doing what you want to do today because you communicate that. I mean, Russia is that simple. I'm Russia that why is somebody more famous than you? Or is because they communicate fame more than you? I understand? Or else it's that simple. Or else why does she or he have a better man or woman than you? I mean, you have to understand, it's because they communicate that. I mean, understand? I'm not sure that you have to communicate yourself better if you want to be better. I'm not sure if you want to be great, you have to communicate that every single day. I'm not sure you are what you communicate. You are what you make of your life. I mean, if you want to do something great, I mean, why am I famous today? Because I have the spotlight every single day. I have the spotlight always. The spotlight is always shining on me because I choose it. I communicate it every single day. I force everybody to come and do it every single day because it's worth it. Or else it's worth being in the spotlight. I mean, in a sense, to be the center of attention any way you can. I mean, make sure you understand when you go and really start from an early age, have a trolley. I mean, have a trolley and don't wear shoulder bags. I mean, take it from me. I mean, I have experience of wearing shoulder bags. I have a beautiful shoulder bag. I mean, I gave $100. I mean, understand, I have a beautiful shoulder bag, but I don't want to wear it around me. I'll wear it on my nice, beautiful trolley. I'll put it on a trolley. I don't want to carry shopping bags anymore. I put it on my trolley. I mean, understand, for the next 72 years, I have a trolley traveling. I'll travel, and I'm traveling with a trolley everywhere now. I mean, my suitcase is my trolley. I put my portable speaker as my suitcase and part of my technology. I put it in my trolley. I take it on the plane with my trolley. I follow the trolley. I make sure everything is set. I mean, do you understand? I have everything I ever need. But what's amazing every single day is understand that you go and really rent out some storage space sometimes as well. I mean, understand, so what's amazing is understand that if you're renting a storage space, you just do it online. I mean, rent something online where you can understand to go and really dwell upon giving your content and post it up online somewhere. Because the faster you can do that information, content, the better. I understand Gary Vaynerchuk says, post 100 pieces of content. I mean, 100 pieces of content can be 100 words, or else it can be 100 sentences, or else it can be 100 essays, or else it can be 100 books. I mean, 100 pieces of knowledge. I mean, it can be 100 pieces of Bibles of Jesus Christ. I mean, it can be 100 Bibles and that thick of Jesus Christ Bible. I mean, go and post all that online. So go and talk about it. I mean, go and talk about all that information. But the faster you talk, the better you are. I talk very fast. I mean, do you understand? I talk very fast because I have to interest. I have to be growing very quickly. I have to make sure that I'm here to win my life over every single day. I have to be making sure I'm leading my life over in terms of a greater way. I mean, in a sense, I'm always learning how to grow and outgrow, be super abundant and make sure I'm the superintendent of my life every single day and the star of my movie every single day. So this is my movie. I realize this is my story. I realize this is just one life. I realize this is only one area of life. I mean, understand, although my area is the best area of life. Whereas if you come over here, I mean, you're a legend. I mean, you're something great. I mean, if you step in my shoes, I mean, you're in the best position. I mean, do you understand? Whereas I'm like the nice, beautiful horse, which is Ethereal. I understand Ethereal in the Melbourne Cup. I understand the Melbourne Cup in terms of back then I was gambling with my biological father, and we went to the Melbourne Cup. I'm like this horse who goes from last to finish, and I finish first from last. Understand? I mean, last but not least. But guess what? I realized Ethereal is racing from the pack, and from the pack in terms of at the back of the pack. And this horse finishes first by 3 miles. Understand? I mean, come on. I mean, 3 lengths. You must understand either way that what's amazing is when you're running a race and you go from last to finish and you come first. Understand? You're the last in the race and then you finish the race first. I mean, you understand? I mean, that's how I feel. I feel amazing. Or as everybody starts ahead of me and then I'm very slow jogger. And then guess what? I learned how to jog faster than everybody else and I fly ahead of the crowd. Understand? I mean, understand either way that what's amazing is realize this, that now I feel like Maccabi Diva, which is a horse as well. But these horses are amazing because this horse also wins the Melbourne Cup 3 times in a row. I feel like that, but now I win the Melbourne Cup every single year. Understand? I'm more than a horse, I'm more than everything in life. But what's amazing is understand that nice, beautiful idea that I win every single year. I'm winning every single year over. And how do I do that? I do it by information, because information is something that grows you. So when you stick to information and you become somebody in the field of information who grows people in information and become a student of information, you win every single year. Your bank account will go up. Your interest rate will go up. Your compound interest rate will go up. Your wisdom will go up. Your life will go up. You'll increase your lifespan. You'll live longer. You'll age much better. You'll feel much better. I mean, why? Because you're learning how to do so. You have to learn. You have to be quick to learn. You have to understand that when you're walking around shops, I mean, have something playing in your ears that is business entrepreneurship. I mean, have my audio programs play while you're walking around the shops and while you're cleaning and while you're showering and while you're doing a bath. I mean, and while you're at the swimming pool, I mean, have headphones on and be jogging or whatever you're doing. But guess what? I don't jog, I don't exercise other than walk. I just walk. I mean, you understand? I just do Jesus Christ work. I mean, you understand? I mean, why are my muscles like this? Because I go follow Jesus Christ muscles. I mean, Jesus Christ muscles is how my muscles are. I'll probably show you that all these men are going and doing chin-ups and all that. I mean, Jesus doesn't do chin-ups, man. I mean, you understand? I mean, either way, you must understand that what's amazing is Jesus doesn't go doing sit-ups and push-ups and squats. I mean, although understand that Jesus goes and does something minimal exercise, which is understanding that he may do a squat or sit down or lay down and walk around. But to run, I mean, I never see Jesus running anyway. But what's amazing is understand that if you want to overcome food and drink, you have to communicate your way there. You have to communicate your way there in a way that you're still in the moment. But what's amazing is you have to understand Jesus Christ's story. I mean, Jesus Christ went 40 days and 40 nights without food and drink. But the only way that he can do it is to communicate his faith into it. I mean, you have to understand that he has to communicate his words to say he's much better than food and drink. I mean, that's it, and that's that. Or else he just has to have that belief in himself. I mean, do you understand? I mean, he just has to walk around for 40 days and 40 nights, but he has to keep communicating to himself that he's much stronger than food and drink. Fortunately, that's that. Fortunately, that's how you can go infinite amount of years without even sleeping as well. You can understand that you can overcome sleep in this lifetime. You can. I totally believe that. You can walk on water. You can walk in the sun if you want to. You can swim in the sun. You understand? I mean, you can swim in the sun and never die. I mean, understand? I promise you. You can do anything in this lifetime. You can fly like a Superman, actually. Understand? Because you have to communicate your way there. You have to communicate your way into that. I promise you, I believe that words are so powerful that you can do anything in this lifetime. I mean, whatever you want. I mean, imagine anything that you want to do in this lifetime. I mean, teleport into another human being. I mean, go and do it. I mean, just communicate your way there. I mean, it's very simple. I mean, either way, what's amazing is like that you must understand that when I say I say that what's amazing every single day is focus upon communication skills, because every single day, communication skills is what I give. I'm a Spider-Man. I give you wisdom webs. I give you those wisdom webs, or else they're invincible. Understand? I make sure every single day you understand that anything that's Marvel heroes today is information. I promise you, anything that you want to do in life is information. Because there's nothing else to do in life other than information. So go and find the rarest commodity, which is, I say information. You don't say information, you say, I say information. I mean, every single idea after a question must start with an I first. I mean, when I ask you a question, do you understand? You don't say yes or no. You say yes, I say no. I agree, I understand. I understand that what's amazing is understand how to grow. I mean, understand what you need to do every single day. I mean, focus on your ability to grow other people, and you understand that information is the way to do so. I understand, for example, John C. Maxwell and all these mentors that I have, I understand they're posting online a lot of content about leadership and about books and about everything in terms of discipline and strategies and everything. And I go and dig into it. I dig into it. And then I want to become just like them, but better than them. I'm already that right now. I'm already better than them. I'm already doing much more than them. I mean, understand? So what's amazing is I'm ahead of life. I can see exactly who my mentors are. And I can see that when Jay Shetty posts 2-minute video online every second day or something, I understand either way, I understand how much of a leader he is. I mean, do you understand? I mean, what's amazing is I post 1 hour a day on YouTube. I understand that there's a big difference. I understand that what's amazing is go and outdo everybody. I mean, outdo me as well. Go and post 10 hours a day on YouTube. I mean, understand? So those individuals who are posting much more content on video online today than anybody else are doing far more than their mentors. Otherwise, if you want to outdo me, you have to do more than 1 hour a day. And that's that. You have to do more than 1 hour a day on video if you want to outdo me in videos. And that's that. And then you have to understand that whatever I teach you, you have to grab it and you have to hold it. But I love everybody. I love Jay Shetty. I love everybody. I understand that everybody can do it. I understand that what's amazing is what you have in life is what you deserve. But what you deserve is the information you give. And that's that. I promise you, if you want to be more in your life, you have to understand how to give more. You have to understand how to do that. You have to learn how to do that. You have to teach yourself. You have to teach yourself how to communicate. You have to teach yourself how to walk. You have to teach yourself how to do anything in life. So when you're doing it daily, you focus on why I'm doing this every single day. I have to focus upon growing. I have to focus upon living my life to the best I can every single day. I promise you, when I do that daily, I focus on different areas of life. I promise you, every single day, I focus on everything I can do to make sure everybody succeeds. I promise you, when I succeed every single day, I promise you that's why I'm better than yesterday. And that's why I win every year, like Ethereal and Maccabi Diva. I mean, you understand? Because for me, Ethereal wins always. Because I understand that no matter what, that when you finish the race first, you'll always be first. I mean, put yourself first, but understand that you must understand to follow somebody as well. You must follow people, you must follow information, even though you're never fooling me. You must understand that when you go put yourself first, you go follow information. I mean, follow it, but follow it more and more and more and read upon it and go and be a researcher, but put yourself first. I mean, understand? And when you follow information, I mean, look at Jesus Christ's information too. I mean, understand? And that way you'll be a follower of information. I mean, if you're my follower because you're looking at the information I provide, and that's that. I provide success, I provide information to grow you, and that's why you follow me. You have to understand that I'm the package with that. I promise you that what's amazing every single day is I build my habits accordingly. And when I do that, I communicate better habits. I communicate better skills. I communicate better ways of doing life. I promise you when I communicate better and better and better, I live better and better and better. I promise you every single day, I focus on different areas of tactics to make sure everybody grows. Why? I promise you when you grow and I grow your family and you become millionaires and billionaires, I promise you that's why. I promise you now, either way, what's amazing is when you become a billionaire in plastic money, or else it's not the billion plastic money that makes you happy. I promise you what makes you happy is how great is your attitude. Because attitude is all you're selling, as Dr. Wayne Dyer says. So every single day, I focus upon increasing my attitude and habits and having happier in terms of life, in terms of a happier attitude. So either way, you must understand that plastic money is not the result. But what's the result is looking great and understanding how to feel great and understanding how to talk in front of a crowd. But that's much better than plastic money. I promise you, what's amazing every single day is no matter how much money you have, I may have $2,000, I may have what amount of money. I promise you, I have everything I've ever given in my knowledge. I promise you now, my knowledge is my riches. I promise you that what I've given in my knowledge and my life story is something that is incredible. Whereas now, I started my life in terms of my online storage. I understand I have photos from 2016. Although I have photos from even way back then where I was a small boy. I said I'm still that small boy. I'm still that small baby that I am. I'm still a baby, but I'm just better than yesterday. I mean, you understand? I grew myself much more mature. I go and develop a nice clean attitude every single day. I understand that over there it says if you're seeing Bitcoin on a sign or something, I mean, understand that what's amazing is understand that anything that they are promoting is not what you must be promoting. I mean, understand? I mean, you go promote yourself. I mean, forget Bitcoin. I mean, forget the stock market. I mean, go and be your own stock market. I mean, go and be your own manager. I mean, go and be your own, go be your own guru. I mean, be your own leadership coach and find the strategy which is your story that just escalates its own stock market upwards. Because your stock market is your story and your stock market is something that grows. I mean, understand? So understand when you're growing with your stock market, you're unstoppable. I promise you now, my beautiful information just keeps on growing. I just keep adding 1 hour a day, more and more. I understand when I add more and more every single day, I focus on different life tactics. I focus on different skills. I understand I have to achieve 100 hours, but there's 12 hours to get there. I have to speak for 12 hours to get there, but I can get there through my communication. It's very easy. Unfortunately, what's amazing is I just go and really be in the moment as I speak it. Unfortunately, I want to do 200 hours of busking. I want to do 300 hours. I want to do 300 hours of busking. I understand? I want to make a whole book about it. I understand? I want to be somebody recognized in terms of I understand, although I'm recognizing I all the time about busking. I realize anybody who's talking about me is going to understand that this gentleman over here in Australia is the first one to do busking in Australia, and that's that. I'm the first individual to come on the street and tape myself on YouTube and start doing busking events. I'm the first one. Who else is doing it? Nobody else. So either way, I'm the first innovator of this. I go and promote it every single day. Because why? Look at my communication skill. Don't you want communication skills like this? So what do? You get up in front of a crowd. Why do you want to go to a hotel every month and promote yourself on YouTube and Instagram and put ads online so you can go and get people, and you have 1,000 followers and 25 subscribers on YouTube and all that? Guess what? Who's going to come to your seminars? Guess what? Get on the street. On the street, I have thousands of people coming to my events. Everybody. They're just walking past over here. They're saying, but guess what? I realize I'm still in front of people, aren't I? I have more people at my seminars than you. I realize you guys may be making seminars around the world, but I have more people coming to my seminars than you. I have more nice, beautiful seminars than Tony Robbins today. Tony Robbins may speak 8 hours at the event, and he may have 10,000 people. I have 50,000 people traveling left, right, and center around here and watching my name. I have more people than him every single day. I do it every single day. He does it every single year in Australia. He does it 52 times a year. 52,000, that's 522,000 people or whatever around his events every single year. I have every single day 50,000 people. So 50,000 people and more. Just go type 50,000, for example, times 365, and let's get an estimate. Understand? That's not the real number, but understand that what's amazing is I have more than 50,000 people a day watching me. Understand? What's amazing every single day is that's what I mean. Go and compound interest your life, because I have 10 people here who see my name. That's already $1 promotion online. Understand? If you go on Instagram today and you give $10, you get 1,300 views. I get 50,000 views just by doing my Nice Beautiful social media on my Nice Beautiful platform here, which is Pitt Street Mall. My platform is Australia. I go and become famous in Australia first, and then everything else follows. I go become famous in one city. I just become famous in Sydney first, and then I go Melbourne, and I become famous in Melbourne too. I become famous in Brisbane. I become famous in Adelaide. I become famous right here in Sydney first. Understand? Every single day, these people over here are going to walk past, and they may see me 50 times. I don't know. But guess what? Otherwise they'll see me, and I'm consistent about it. Every single day I show up, I'm probably they'll come and watch me, or else they'll come and watch me eventually. You understand? Because they see me 100 times doing this. Maybe it doesn't get through their thick head. Maybe they have to see me 1,000 times on the street like this to actually come and watch my YouTube channel. You understand? But guess what? I realize that sometimes they say that no matter what, that if you want to make a sale, they have to see you 5 times at least. Or else either way, that when I show up here, and people see me 5 times, I realize they're already invested in I. Or else they'll go and watch me for lifetimes. I'm pretty sure that's that. And all I do really from that point is I go and continue doing my work. I understand all that. I still have to travel to Australia. I still have to travel around Australia. I've seen 99% of, I've seen actually 90% of Australia already. 90% of Australia is all the main cities of Australia. I've seen them. What are the main cities of Australia? I've seen it already. I understand that what's amazing is I go see the inner parts of Australia. I go see the other locations that are less popular. But I understand although, I still have to make sure every single day I focus upon a better life. I'm pretty sure a better life is something that I need. I need a better life, so I communicate myself into a better life. And then that's why I get away from the crowd. That's why I stay away from talking to people online. I'm pretty sure when I speak to anybody online, I joke around. But I understand that when I joke around, I teach people how I joke around. I teach people everything I do every single day. But I make sure I just go and talk with myself all day long, because I'm much happier talking to myself than any woman in the planet. I don't care how beautiful you are. I talk to myself because I'm more beautiful than you. That's how I really grow. I grow through more beautiful intents of kindness. I make sure every single day I focus upon living my life to the greatest ability. Or else when I live my life every single day focusing upon something I love to do. I love actually to do my content over here, which is my information. Although I just made a nice beautiful track. I made 2 tracks recently in terms of a nice beautiful subliminal tendencies track and also my rapping track, which is Ja imam krilo od Boga. Although that's a beautiful Serbian track I made, because why? I want to test my nice beautiful rapping skills in Serbian too. I mean, how many people can rap in Serbian today? I mean, only I mean, although the Serbian people and Balkan people can rap in Serbian, I mean, they can all rap in Serbian if they choose to. But guess what? I mean, how many Balkan people are really music producers in terms of electronic? There's few. I mean, you understand? Although that my music will stay here for a lifetime. When I make music, you guys will always find my music channel as well. I mean, what's amazing every single day is focus upon being a music producer and go and create your own music. But now when I create music, I specifically make the kick where the vocals are not. I mean, when I kick it, or else when there's a kick in my music, or else there's no vocal there. That's how you make music. Although I understand every single day I focus upon different strategies and techniques every single day to teach you, because why? I understand I find ways to do so. I find ways to make sure I grow. Whereas when I grow differently every single day, I focus upon my skills. I focus on making sure I love life. I mean, today is so beautiful today because I'm really strolling in the park today. Now, when I say strolling in the park, I realize that you can understand I'm in front of people and tens and thousands of people are looking at me every single day. And guess what? I'm strolling in the park while doing it. I love it. I mean, you understand? I'm relaxing about it. I mean, every single day, it's so natural for me to come on the street here and public speak now, because I've been doing it for over 130 hours. I mean, in a sense, so either way, I mean, come and check it out. My nice people, 130 hours of information and doing it on the street, and you'll find out what I mean. I mean, every single day, I focus upon different life tactics and different ways of being. I focus on different strategies, and that's how I really understand. I realize when somebody's driving a bike, I mean, don't go giving them your business card because they may fall over. I mean, in a sense, so either way, you must understand that what's more important is I'm promoting myself anyway. So realize that what's important is understand to care for people's health. So understand that when somebody's driving a bike and you give them a business card, or else they have to reach out for your business card, and maybe they also lose balance. So make sure you never make people lose balance, and make sure you care for people like that. I mean, understand? So if I hurt you, I also have to hurt myself. I never want to hurt you. I never want to hurt anything, because that's how I grow. I grow as a leader like that every single day. I focus on different life tactics and different strategies every single day to make sure I have a greater opinion of myself. I have a greater opinion of myself. I realize when I say anything that's really, let's say, much more courageous, I realize it's information, so I focus on different life tactics. I understand there's over there some guy dancing and prancing over there, and he's doing a busking performance himself, but he's just dancing around and practicing. All right, now, every single day, you do that for 10 years, people will recognize you. Every single day. That's how it is in Sydney and anywhere in Australia and anywhere in the world. You just go on a busking performance and do a public speaking event. Anywhere in your country. I mean, go be the first one in your country to do it, and guess what? You're going to be famous in your country very soon. I promise you that if you keep it up and you do 1 hour a day in one centre of Australia or one centre of your nice beautiful country, and you stand there every single day and there's full of people, and you just stand there every single day and you make a YouTube channel and you do it 1 hour a day and you perform your passion 1 hour a day on the public speaking microphone, you talk about your story, you talk about your life, you talk about what you love every single day, I promise you you'll be famous in 10 years time. I promise you it's that simple. I promise you it's very simple to become famous as long as you have a passion to become famous. I promise you all day, if you don't have a passion to be famous, you'll never be famous then. Or else have a passion first. I mean, before you even consider yourself to give up, I mean, just understand that I never give up on you. I mean, understand every single day that when you're really giving up in life, you must look in the mirror and you must say, I love you. You must understand to never give up. I don't want you to give up. I don't want anybody to give up. I promise you, I'm not giving up. So let me be your motivation every single day. And understand if Danny's not motivating, I mean, who is? I mean, what's amazing is understand that if Danny is doing it every single day, in terms of Danny Milivojevic, I realize if Danny Milivojevic is doing it every single day on the street, I mean, guess what? I realize he's posting every day. I mean, guess what? I'm inspired by Danny Milivojevic for my eye. I say that because then I say I'm inspired, I'm inspiring every single day to make sure that I'm much more curious about living my life, because what's important is Danny Milivojevic is doing his life much greater than you say, so I also can do it. I can do it. So make sure you understand every single day. You focus positive on yourself. You focus upon greater life techniques. You focus on my information and focus on something that is kind. I mean, focus upon making sure every single day you understand that there is also a magic bullet, which is information that can help your life every single day. But you have to understand that life is slow. So go do something you love over committing suicide. I mean, go and do something you love rather than hurting other people and hurting yourself. I mean, understand every single day that when I focus upon doing something I love to do, every single day I focus on a greater good. I focus on making sure every single day I have something to give. When I have something to give every single day, I own the joint, I own the streets. I make sure I own this place over here in Pitt Street more, because I always have more coming. I always have more giving. I give much more, I do much more, I make sure I have more. I understand when I do that, I also understand every single day I focus upon different life strategies, and that's how I really do my leadership work. I do it differently. I make sure every single day I always have more. I understand that either way. I understand recently I understand when I go and really dwell upon a life, I get an elastic band sometimes. I understand that when I get an elastic band this time, I'll go and put it around my microphone head so that no wind can go under my microphone and ruin the audio. I understand recently when I was before audio, I understand that it had a lot of, let's say, wind blowing on the nice beautiful microphone. I understand that my microphone right now is covering in terms of, has a head on it, so hopefully there's no wind blowing into my nice beautiful microphone. But what's important is why. I mean, why are you living today? You want to be living to be great. You want to be living to make sure you're learning to inspire people. I mean, why? I mean, every single day I reason upon why. I understand why I need to be great. I mean, why is that? I mean, because I understand every single day I ask a question to really grow. I mean, why? I mean, every single day I focus upon different life strategies and techniques to make sure that I can have the best lifestyle. I understand when I have a question all the time, I focus upon really live my life to the fullest. I mean, why? I mean, when I focus upon living life to the fullest, I focus on traveling the world. I focus on making sure that your family has everything that they deserve every single day. I focus on every single day upon a greater lifestyle. I mean, why? I mean, every single day there's always a why. I mean, you must understand there's always a reason upon why you can actually talk and why you can actually do life and why you can actually go and lead with grace and with Jesus Christ and with people and with yourself the most. You must understand every single day that when I go and lead, I focus on my I. I mean, why? I mean, because I love you. I realize when I say I love you, I never want to kill you. I understand that's something of a leader. Do you have a question? Do you have a question? I understand every single day I'm always looking for more questions. I'm always looking for more answers. I'm always looking for something that I love to do. I understand when I love to do something, I ask questions. I ask questions because I have to go and learn something. I have to make sure that I'm much more interesting like that, because every single day life is to be living much more. So when you're living much more, you're asking more questions. You have to understand that anybody who's smarter always has a question. I promise you every single day that when you're smarter to live the next 5 minutes, you're asking more questions to live for 5 minutes. So either way that you can live up to 1,000 years of age and more if you're asking those questions. I believe in that. I promise you that questions are so powerful that when I go and really do my questions over here every single day, I focus upon different areas of life and just different nice beautiful strategies where I can go and give people business skills, and then I understand why is that. I understand every single day when I say why, I say go into your life and understand to really dwell upon something that is your life, that where you can give a story about your life so you can go and help people in every single area. I understand every single day that's what I'm doing on camera. I mean, why am I doing that? Because I understand that what's important is leadership. I understand every single day I'm important in terms of importance to make sure everybody's important in their life and significant, and making sure they understand how I communicate, because not many people can do this in terms of my eye, or else in terms of what I do. I understand I teach them how to do that. I teach them through the ideas, and then I understand what's important is everybody has to do it for themselves eventually. I understand although that what's important is making sure that every single day you focus on different strategies. I mean, how do you do that? I mean, every single day I focus on different planning mechanisms. I write my story down first. I write my story down first. I write my story down first. I realize sometimes you have to understand that when I write my story down, I mean, I just make sure I go and write everything about my day. I realize I have 24 hours a day. I put it into a 1 hour video. I promise you everything into 1 hour video, and then I understand either way I continue my life process, and I make sure either way sometimes I continue. But what's amazing is when you continue life, you continue it in a greater way. You continue life in a greater fashion. You have to be making sure every single day you're focusing on different communicational techniques. Why? Or else it makes you smarter first. Or else now the top 10 ideas to make yourself smarter every single day is make sure that you're more courageous. Or else you must make sure you have more information. You must be updating yourself around the world. You must be understanding to look better and feel greater. You must understand every single day to look at Jesus Christ, because he'll give you some ideas. Or else when you have some ideas, you're focused upon different areas of life. You understand either way that there's always something more to say. I promise you when there's something more to say, you can also live to 100. I promise you because you have something more to say. I promise you although that what's amazing is life is always great when you have the health and vibrancy and joy and everything you ever want. I promise you now when you want everything you ever want, you have to start with yourself first, and then understand every single day there's always a question that you can ask me. I understand that what's important is ask yourself.
I'm gonna live forever with the King.
I thank you very much. I promise you all that I live forever with you. I promise you that's amazing. I thank you. I promise you every single day I'm focusing upon different areas of life. I'm focusing upon making sure that I go reason upon reason upon reason. Why? I say when I reason upon reason upon reason, I make sure every single day I give you those ideas. I give you the different aspects of life that you need. I give you the nice, beautiful vocabulary. I understand when I go look at more vocabulary, I always have much more of a passion. I have much more of a passion for what? I have a passion for every area of life. I have a passion for every area of life. I have a passion for every area of life. I understand that what's amazing about life is understanding every area. But that's why my passion is so big, because my life is my passion and my life is every single area of life. I mean, understand? I mean, everything is the yin yang. I understand my life is the yin yang. I promise you, my life is opposite to yours, or else my opposite is your opposite, or else every single day I focus on different areas and key solutions to make people grow. I promise you when I do that, I come back to the same information to make it different, and then I make sure either way I'm growing differently. I promise you when I grow differently, I grow everything in terms of my nice beautiful strategies to make sure I'm leading, or else when I lead, I focus upon every single day looking at the crowd and how I feel in front of a crowd. But I feel amazing and I'm not tensing right now, or else I'm not tensing to speak, but I'm really letting go as I talk with people. I'm really enjoying it, because when you let go fully and then you can speak, or else now you're in bliss, or else you're actually talking. Or else now, what am I talking about over here? I'm talking something that you can never touch. Although you have to understand that you can always touch something greater. Unfortunately, what's amazing is the communication skill. I mean, how can you really grab the communication skill that I'm giving? I mean, it's invincible, isn't it? Or is it invisible? I mean, I'm giving you invisible cobwebs of wisdom. I mean, understand? I'm Spider-Man. I'm Superman. I'm here to rescue you with the nice, beautiful lyrics that Eminem has. I understand that what's amazing every single day is that when I'm here to rescue you, I'm here to give you some information. I be Superman. I understand that what's amazing every single day is a focus upon different areas of life. I promise you when I do that, I have interests. I have something that grows me. I have something to give you. I have an idea. I have something of high caliber. I have something to speak about, or as I find something to speak about. I always find a way. I mean, every single day there's always a new way to speak. I promise you every single day there's always something new to do. I mean, every single day you just have to be more curious about life. You have to understand, you have to be lifting yourself. You have to be making sure you have motivation. You have to be motivating yourself to speak. You have to understand that when you speak more, you shall live more. But when you speak more, you shall receive more. Or as when you speak more, you shall sow more and you shall reap more. I understand every single day that when I go and really dwell upon a better life, I understand that no matter what, I realize that what's amazing is people will eventually call me. I understand although I have I already, I don't need you to call me, but what's amazing is every single day I have a business. I have something to do. Every single day I'm consistent on YouTube. Every single day I'm consistent on Instagram. I'll be posting another 60 photos of myself today and another 100 photos inside of my nice beautiful Instagram stories. I also have my nice beautiful music production today. I have to go and practice my nice beautiful new music tracks. I promise you, although I make the vocals first, I make my vocals and then I practice my vocals. I understand that what's amazing every single day, that when I go teach people every area of life, I focus upon the inner world. I focus on something that's inside. I understand when I do that daily, I focus upon how to give you what I need. I'm pretty sure what I need is to communicate daily. I need to communicate in different ways, but right now I understand that it's amazing to feel great. I understand when I feel great, I feel amazing, because for the past 6 days, I've been eating hummus and soy milk. I also will say bread and peanut butter. I'm pretty sure that's it. I'm pretty sure either way, 6 days like that. I'm pretty sure just soy milk and hummus and bread and peanut butter. I'm pretty sure that's it. I'm pretty sure that's all I've been eating. But it's amazing. I feel great like that. I don't have to cook. I don't have to clean. I have to clean. I always clean myself. I just clean 3 cutleries. I have a fork. I have a knife. I have a spoon. I have a bowl. I have a lid on the bowl. And that's it. With that, and when I sit on my bed, I realize I have a bowl underneath when I eat the bread, so the nice beautiful breadcrumbs fall into the bowl, and that way I grow myself every single day in every single way I can, because I understand that what's important every single day is looking people in the eye. I love you. That's where I look people in. I understand when I do that daily, I focus on different strategies and different areas of growth, and I focus on making sure every single day I always have much more or a cleaner attitude. I understand when I really do that, I really understand that when you want to look at something, or else now that's even cleaner, or else it's even cleaner when you want to look at something. So be that individual who understands that if you ask a question, go find out. If you want to see, you go and see. I mean, I promise you it's the best way. But what's amazing is follow Jesus Christ and how he lives life, and then implement that and understand every single day that when you do that, you focus on leadership, you focus on a greater life, you have a greater quality of life, you focus upon dancing on the street sometimes, you focus upon having fun, you make sure every single day you're focusing upon doing something new. I promise you when you're doing something new, you're focusing upon really loving your life. I promise you when you're loving your life differently, you focus upon how to do that. I promise you when you do that differently every single day, you focus upon strategies. I promise you when you focus upon strategies, you focus upon confidence. You learn how confidence works. You learn it yourself. You go and study it. You go and be that. I mean, go and be what you stand for, but go and be something greater than that. I mean, go and be greater than yourself. I don't want to just be this. I want to be greater than this. I want to be traveling more. I want to have more meaning in my life. But if I want to have more meaning in my life, I have to reason. I have to make sure I go and communicate all that I can so that I can go and really, really dwell upon a better life, because the more I dig into that knowledge, the better I am. That's all you have to do. You just have to make sure that every single day that you're communicating in a better way, because life is not a competition with other people, but it's a competition for yourself only to be the greatest human alive. It's that simple. You just have to be the greatest in your life, and then just make sure you're keeping it up, and then just make sure every single day you're consistent about your attitude of greatness. You have to understand that's the only way to live. When you're living a life great, you understand how to do so. You understand how to learn so. You understand how to be so. You have to be learning. You have to be giving. You have to be understanding every single day that your life is something of a mechanism of energy, and you're an energy freak. You have to understand you have to have energy. You have to understand that no matter what, you have to have information. But the more information you have, or else the more information in terms of energy you have. Or else the most powerful people on the planet have the most energy. Obviously, it's so much more when I can run 50 million times this way, but you can only, let's say, walk. I mean, understand that what's amazing is understand that when you can run with me 50 million times up and down the street, or as now we're energetic, aren't we? Or as we're Superman, or as those slow individuals who have no energy are the ones that are not learning how to get the energy. So if you see fat people who are very slow, or you see obese people, I realize it's because they're not learning on how to become much more, let's say, original in terms of their weight, in terms of a better weight class. Or I realize if you want to lose weight, you have to learn how to lose weight. But you don't lose weight in terms of losing. You lose weight in terms of being healthier. I mean, in a sense that there's a big difference. So when you're removing your weight class, you remove your weight class right now, so you understand that you have a better weight class. I mean, it's just that. I'm Roshan now, I'm healthier than ever before. And why is that? Because I'm a vegan, I have energy. I have energy because I'm a vegan, so I'm backing up every single day with the information I have, but I don't need other people to qualify me. I don't need a judge to tell me how to live my life. I don't need other people to show me the road about living life. I don't need a 9-to-5 job either, because I have something greater than that. I have a passion, I have a life that's full of meaning. I understand although every single day in my life is much more full of meaning when I add to it. I'm Roshan now, how do I add to my meaning of life? I add more information into the video. I promise you every single day I add more information into life. I post more information online about myself, and that's it. My meaning is my I love you. That's my whole meaning of life. But I understand when I speak it up, I have to speak it up. I have to speak up the I, because you don't just stay still. You speak, you keep moving. You keep moving the conversation. You keep moving in different clothing. You keep moving countries. You keep moving accommodation. I realize accommodation in Australia, I've lived in nice, beautiful Australia. I understand that what's amazing, I have 50 accommodations around Australia where I've been already. I mean, in a sense, I'm always looking for new ways of tactics and new abilities every single day to go and do my work. I understand that what's important every single day is focusing on the greater you. I understand when I do that all the time, I focus on different communicational skills right now. You have to understand that what's amazing is start speaking right now. I mean, start really being professional about your life. I mean, what's amazing is start really communicating your life around your life right now, in terms of make sure you're a greater human being. I mean, make sure you have a greater aspect of life. I mean, make sure every single day you focus upon different courageousness that you can give and different divine aspects. I realize that my life is escalating forward really quickly, because I understand that what's important is understand how I start my life. I started with I understand when I first started my life with my I understand I'm still always developing, but you have to see my videos on how I really look like before, so you understand how I am now. I understand there's a big difference, but what's amazing is the communication gaps in between. I'm rushing every single time I do a video of 1 hour, I learn something. Or else I have over 500 videos, I mean, understand, of 500 hours. I mean, speak 600 hours into a video and I promise you'll get to this level of communication. I promise you, it's that simple. So I'm only 600 hours away, but I understand that what's amazing, I'm better than 600 hours. I'm better than 600 hours. I never limit myself to numbers. I can always do more than numbers. I realize that your finance is what you are today in terms of your information giving. So your bank account is how much you've given in money. I promise you, it's that simple. I promise you, although, that you can go from $0 in your bank account to $1 billion today. I promise you, it's very simple. I promise you that one day is 73 years. I mean, understand? So either way, one day is eternity. I mean, in a sense, to realize that you are the sum up of all you've given. So everything you have today is what you've given. I mean, in a sense, so either way, what is amazing every single day is focusing upon something that you love to do and something that you really are thriving about. So anything that you're thriving about is information. So understand that information is something that you love to do. You have some kind of interest in your life that is information, but you have to be doing it on a microphone. You have to be understanding every single day. I focus upon giving that. I focus upon giving your story. I focus upon making sure that you understand that when I look at your story, I can look at the outside of your story. I can really paint a picture of your life and how you are actually living your life. I promise you, everybody, I can right now paint a picture of everybody I see and how they actually live their life, because I understand anything that's really hot. I understand that when I have hotness in my life, I understand I really go and grow that. I grow everything in terms of I say when I go and really dwell, or as when I dwell upon a better life, I find myself more attractive. I find myself sexier. I find myself doing more than everybody else, because I understand how to live my life. I understand I live my life through empathy. I live my life through making sure I have more courage. But what is empathy? Or else empathy is just giving knowledge. I promise you, every single day you have to study upon every single word. I mean, become every single word in the dictionary and study it and be a scientist about it. But just know the word I, for I love you. I promise you, that's very important every single day. That when you're really focusing upon something you love to do daily, you focus upon something that's really great every single day. You focus upon something that you really love to do. I promise you, that's how you really live life. You live life loving life. You don't live life hating life. I mean, you don't do anything that will, let's say, dislike other people. I mean, dislike nothing in life. I mean, make sure you love everything. I mean, in a sense, to realize that what the whole point of life is, I realize, is to love. You must be loving. You must be kind. You must be generous. You must be understanding the kind, tender nature of warmth and vibrancy, and making sure they understand that no matter what you label yourself, you must be labeling yourself one word: I love you. I'm pretty sure either way, the I is something that you label yourself with, and you just know the I. I'm pretty sure every single day I know the I. I'm pretty sure that's why I grow. I grow in different methods. I grow different strategies. I grow different people. I grow different areas of life because I can. I do it easily. I mean, I do a 2-hour video very easily because I understand either way I just communicate. I'm pretty sure I communicate, and that's how I achieve 24 hours of video. I just communicate. I achieve all the life I want by just I communicate. I mean, understand? I mean, it's very easy to do anything in life but just communicate. I understand that what's important every single day is focus upon your life. I mean, understand that if you have to go into a sports team with other people, or else it's because you're wasting time. Or else if you have to go with other people today and you have to talk to other people, or else it's because you're wasting time. I'm actually, that's that. You don't have to talk to other people. You don't have to talk to other people. You just have to talk to yourself. I mean, let them talk to you. I mean, let them send you messages. But guess what? You don't have to reply to them either. You don't have to reply to other people, or else you reply to yourself the most. I mean, understand that you're much more important than replying to them. Because sometimes, understand this, or else they'll write you a message and 50 million people will write you a message. And guess what? Or else that's a lot of time to write back to. I mean, understand? I mean, sometimes there's only 24 hours in a day, so focus all your time on never replying to other people online and never talk to other people online. I mean, use that time up for yourself, and that way you can be great. I promise you, every single day when I do that, I focus upon understanding that if I have to go and I create a track and then I have to send it to 100 people online, or that's 30 minutes of my life, just sending people content. I mean, come on. I mean, understand that what's amazing is, understand you go and make a track and then 30 minutes of your life, I mean, go and read something instead. I mean, who cares about them? I mean, you understand? I mean, just go and focus on your life. I mean, understand that what's amazing every single day is you make another track after that, and then you have to keep doing that every single day. I mean, guess what? It was 1 hour of your life for 365 days. You have to understand that what's amazing is that's 15 days of your life. Just sending people content. I mean, come on. I mean, understand that you can save 3 years of your life right now, but by not talking to other people online. I mean, over the next 72 years, you can save 3 years of your life, but just not talking to people online. I mean, that's it. I mean, go and invest 3 years of your life by just talking to yourself instead. I mean, you'll do far more work. You'll be much happier. You'll invest that time much better into yourself rather than other people. I mean, if you don't hang around with other people today, you'll actually save 3 years of your life. I promise you. I promise you, it's much more of a calculation today. You have to understand, you'll save 3 years minimum of your life by just not hanging around with other people. I mean, that's it. I mean, either way, understand that's a time management technique. I already taught you how to save 6 years of your life. I mean, 3 years of your life is already saved in terms of I mean, you'll save 3 years of your life by just not going online and talking to other people, and don't reply to them. And then you'll save another 3 years, but just not hanging around for other people. I mean, that's 6 years of your life. I mean, guess what? 6 years is a big deal of time. I mean, understand? I mean, go and focus 6 years of your life on you only. I'm pretty sure you'll love yourself more, and you'll have more happiness, and you'll have more meaning like that. I'm pretty sure it's much better when you're talking to yourself all day long than other people. I'm pretty sure that's it. I'm pretty sure that's how you build a legacy. I mean, put that 6 years into a video work. I mean, that's it. I mean, what's amazing every single day is focus upon something greater. I mean, find different techniques. I mean, find and have yourself a financial calculator where you understand that when you give money for something, I mean, understand that it's for you and not for something. I mean, understand that when you give money to get the portable speaker, I mean, get it. I mean, give money to get what you need. I mean, give money to get it. I mean, give money for the service. And that's that. I mean, do you understand? I mean, that's a service. I mean, give a service money. I mean, understand? And that's that. I mean, either way, though, what's amazing is transact more and be transacting money, but understand to put your money where your mouth is. I mean, understand to be living your talk and be understanding where your money goes. I mean, where your money goes is where you are. I mean, where your money goes is who you are today. Or as if your money goes into chicken, or as that's who you are. You're a chicken then. I'm never a chicken because I never eat chickens. I mean, do you understand? I understand that what's amazing is I love that dog. I mean, I never want to eat the dog. I mean, what's amazing is understand that if you go and really dwell upon better words in your life, you'll find different ways of saying something, and you'll find different areas of life that conclude in a better way. You find about how to live a life. You find everything in terms of your life much more interesting when you're really dwelling upon when you're dwelling upon better conversation. So find a way or an area of your life that you can go and improve, and then go and improve it, and go and improve other people with it. Alright, now when you're improving other people with anything, I mean, how do I improve other people? I use 3 social medias. I use YouTube, I use my nice beautiful social media in terms of Instagram, but my Mega Drive is my main social media. So I post everything in Mega Drive and I just leave it in Mega Drive, and then everything else goes into YouTube and Instagram. I mean, in a sense, so that's how I help people. And then what do? I let it be. I don't talk to people online, but people come maybe comment on my photos. I do screenshots and whatever of their comments, and I just post it online into Mega Drive without their knowledge. I mean, understand? I realize that what's amazing, I never talk to other people online, but when I help people in terms of other people, I make sure I help myself first, but I post everything into Mega Drive in my social medias, and that's that. That's how I help people. And whoever shows up into my Instagram from my nice beautiful street performance or my YouTube channel is because they see me on the street somewhere. I mean, understand? And that's how they do that. Or the past crowd, in terms of who I grew up with, may say something to somebody else, and it's through word of mouth that I have my popularity and what I have today. But what's amazing is I have more than the number that you see. I have more popularity and more of everything in terms of my life than any amount of following that you can give me. I mean, I have more attention in my life with than I do with you. I promise you, although that life is making sure that you go and help people first, and it's not about fame, or it's about growth. I'm helping people first. I mean, growth comes before fame. I mean, growth comes before anything else. Although understand, I becomes before growth. For sure, I is always much more powerful. I understand that what's amazing is every single day I talk it, and I make sure every single day I own I. I understand if you want to own anything in this life, you own the word I. That's it. I'm pretty sure that's how you really grow. You grow your mindset all the time. You grow every single day. You grow a different strategy to understand how to really grow every single day. You focus upon how to really live life. You tackle life in different ways. You make sure every single day you're giving those ideas. I mean, give the ideas every single day and focus upon how to really live life. I mean, focus upon making sure that your life is something much more. When you're much more than yesterday, you focus upon how to really be better than yesterday, and that's the whole point of life. I promise you, the whole point of life is making sure that you're the best you can be, and be the best of the best of the best of the best. I mean, understand? So either way, that way, it's only that you can do it through information. So study the information required of you to go and get all the real estate of the world, because you have to have that knowledge. You have to understand, you have to go and learn about health. You have to go learn about something. So learn and learn and learn, and you shall be the best. I'm pretty sure that's how it is. I'm pretty sure, although you have to understand that I am so good in terms of what I do, that I'm the best in my field. Or else I'm the best. Or else there's nobody else better than me in terms of my eye. Or else I'm the best in the world. I mean, I'm pretty sure that's how I consider myself. I'm just making sure every single day I focus upon being better than yesterday. I'm pretty sure when I do that, I show up on the street, I show up to perform, I show up to help people on the street. But guess what? I realize people sometimes don't want to be helped. I'm pretty sure that what's amazing is people just walk by, or some people come into my video, or some people ask a question, or some people don't even want to ask a question. But I don't rely on their questions. I don't rely on them to talk to me. I don't rely on them to come to my beautiful microphone over here. I mean, why? Because I can lead the nice beautiful video on my own. I mean, that's the same with life. I don't need to talk to other people because I can lead myself with my own time like this. Or else the same way I live life like this is the same way I live life behind the scenes. I mean, you understand? So I don't talk to other people either. I don't rely on you to go and write me a message online. I don't rely on other people to write me a message online or to spread my name or to do anything about me in terms of my eye. I don't rely on you to make a legacy for me. I do that for myself. I mean, in a sense, so what's amazing is I take full ownership of what I have, and that's that. I'm happier to die today. I'm happy to leave this world today because I understand life. I can leave this world today and be the happiest. I mean, I'm really honest about that. I mean, forget the kids. I have no kids at the moment other than I. I'm pretty sure I is my only kid. But I understand that what's amazing is I is my only wife. I is everything for my eye. I'm pretty sure, although I understand that what's amazing is anything that I lack, I have my eye. I have everything. I understand I can leave the world today and be truly happy. I mean, for sure, that's where you need to understand that I have no regrets about this lifetime. I have no regrets for this lifetime because I have the word I, and that's it. Otherwise, if you go and outdo me and you have more than me in life, otherwise I still have the word I. Otherwise, we're equal. Otherwise, if you know your I and I know my I, otherwise that's all we really have. I'm pretty sure now, that's it. I'm pretty sure now, no matter how much more you do than me, otherwise you may have a greater legacy, but I still know my I. Otherwise, Jesus Christ has a greater legacy than I, but guess what? I know my I still. Otherwise, we're still equal in I. Or as we're still equals. Or as what's amazing is understand that when you're growing people, you grow the eye, you grow your eye symptom, and you make sure every single day that whatever you do, whatever you do, you have to understand that, for example, that nice beautiful postage over there says Luno or something with Bitcoin. I understand that what's amazing is I'll stay away from Luno brands. I mean, in a sense, so that's what I do. I mean, that's what you never do. I mean, Zara, there's a Zara brand over here. I mean, I'll stay away from Zara brands. I mean, why? I mean, I realize I don't need it. I don't need what they have. I can just see it. Or else they have a clothing brand over there, or else I'll just never walk into the shop because I understand I have something better. I have my eye. I have the word I. I understand that what's amazing is every single day I understand what is for me and what is not for me. I understand that every single day I focus upon different life strategies that I can give, and then I focus upon helping people by making sure I talk to myself all day long. So that means I never want to talk to you, I want to talk to myself only. I understand that I don't care if other people join me in my conversation with I in a video or not, because I still lead the conversation anyway. I'd rather be talking than reading from them. I mean, understand? I'd rather be talking 2 hours than having somebody to interview in my video for 2 hours. I mean, understand? I don't care about them. I interview I for 2 hours. I'm my own interviewee over here. So, how are you, Danny? I understand either way. You must understand, boss, because what's amazing is understand that every single day you live life, you'll be the best. I mean, okay, Danny. I mean, what's amazing every single day is you want to be the best, right? I understand every single day I'm the best in the world because I understand how to grow. I understand because you understand how to grow. I mean, how are you really teaching people how to grow? I'm always finding different occasions and different techniques about how to grow because I understand Oprah Winfrey. I understand every single day when you look at her, I mean, how does she inspire you? I understand every single day she inspires me because she gets up in front of a crowd and she starts really dwelling upon how to really live life. I understand I realize when she really lives life, I mean, how is she really living life? I mean, she's living life differently, isn't she? Or else I understand that what's amazing is to have a nice, beautiful role play, don't I? I understand every single day I realize that you're very funny, Danny. I realize you're very funny, but what's funny even more is understanding how to lead. Or else when you lead very much, I understand every single day there's always something more to do, right? I mean, understand either way, we have to be teaching something, Danny. Or else either way, we have to be reasoning upon life. Or else I realize when you're really reasoning, what are you doing, man? I mean, what do you do? I mean, either way, I understand every single day when I reason, I give you some ideas. I give you something that you love, Danny. I mean, what do I really love? I understand that no matter what, you must love yourself. I approach it every single day. Love yourself and find that nice, beautiful skill that is you.